but there are a lot of CV squared has 51 5 degrees of freedom, making I got hungry and I ate it. We're Americans and we don't like competition, okay? I'm eating and I'm reading a book. And this wave just comes up. I'm going to all simple. 51 5 degrees of freedom, making I got hungry and I ate it. I got hungry and I ate it. I'm going to all simple.
Making little communist robot, but it is controlled by living brains like those inside your head. Researchers.
This moth isn't just swinging around, it's been bred.
Grow collections around 3,000 brain cells in the lab. The cells grow collections to each other and start communicating
using electrodes implanted into the muscles.
Some are hard to respond predictably. Signals from robots or ultrasound distance sensor.
Here, signals are sent to its left flight muscle to make it lift that wing.
The output of these cells can be used to control
different signals can be sent for it to lower its wing, to lift both wings at once, or to make them flat.
They each have a motor in them, and it actually drives forward when I walk. It actually powers that knee through the step.
It's powered through Bluetooth technology.
Increasing the frequency of the pulse makes the wings beat faster. If a signal is sent only to one side while the moth is flying, it will veer in that direction. Implanted electrodes into the brains of tree beetles,
and they
close to
talk to
neurons
each
that
other and try
control
to
flight.
mimic the stride length.
A computer
that the
program
other
in the
one's doing. If I
device
speed
controls
up,
the
the other one
beetle,
can realize
and
it's
here
doing
it
it, and
beats
it'll
its
speed up
wings
as well.
and takes off when a negative voltage is sent to its brain. Researchers are putting moths in control and using them as a pair of eyes. They've found out how to intercept signals from their visual system and how to use them to make a robot move. Here, a graduate student demonstrates how the robot can be steered. Combining living and machine components could eventually make robotic systems more effective.
Legs when an IED hit his convoy in Fallujah, Iraq in 2006.
The IED went off directly underneath me and took off basically everything that was hanging over the ledge of the seat, my legs. And then it killed my sergeant in front of me and my good friend next to me. My gunner lost his right leg. I shattered my hip. I have 32 pins in my hip. I broke my pelvis, so I have a 6-inch screw holding that together. I lost both legs above the knee. I broke 4 fingers, broke my jaw, broke my nose, lacerated kidney. So I recovered well, I think, and great care here and done well.
Today, I use the Bluetooth prosthetics.
It's a lot of hip control. In my other legs, I usually have to use all my thigh to power through things, but since these are moving on their own, then I actually just kind of have to lift and shift my weight a little bit.
He says they're a bit heavier than the other 2 microchip prosthetics he's worn, but they require much less effort to operate.
If they're not programmed right, they kind of do their own thing sometimes, and they'll kick for no reason. Like you'll just be standing there and be like, and just kick off to the side.
Able to master the stairs just yet.
Sometimes when you go near a computer or something, you'll hear the computer start freezing, so it does do that a lot. And I'll be like, I'm sorry, and I have to turn my legs off.
In communicating robot wirelessly, the team plans to use their robot brain power on new pattern behavior in the future. They hope there are enough similarities to teach about unknown aspects of our own brain.
All right, welcome everybody. Again, all that music was produced by me, or I was a part of it. So we're trying not to play any copyrighted music, copyrighted thingy-mabobbers, because, oh, Jeebus Christ, we already have, son of a bee sting. Can't you guys let me like catch up first before you start doing all that fun stuff? Never mind. So we're going to be playing non-copyrighted stuff because as you can already see, if you are in the side chat, I got monetized and I went through all the processes of the thingy-mabobbers. So we're going to try to not play things and stuff, and we're trying to keep monetization. So we'll see how that goes, especially when we fucking cuss all the time and play weird shit. So we'll see. So before we get into that, of course, our disclaimer for today is we do not believe in the expressions of the peoples that we're showing for the film today and the stuff and things. And fair use, obviously, this goes under that as well. So before we get further into this, I'm going to play, of course, our dumb intro.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second. Are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're stupid. All right, so Jeebus, there we go. This is awesome. This is really, really fun to actually begin seeing this. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this. So I'm going to go ahead and begin bringing in our guests. I don't know where one of them dropped out to, but that's okay. So the first one we're bringing in, of course, is everyone's
Mama.
Oh, Mama.
How are you doing, Mama?
I am great. Having a good day.
Awesome. Glad to hear.
Skits, you're a legend, by the way.
Yeah. You're a bloody legend there, Skits. I tried to say it Australian. That was a little more English than I need. I need to practice my Australian.
Yeah, you do.
Good
day,
but you're definitely a bloody legend over here there, Skits. All right. Maybe that was closer. I'm sure that if we had a couple of our UK British friends here, they would totally smack me in the face of how horrible that was. And I was trying to do Australian, and that totally, I think, was off. But anyways, let's bring in, of course, our local.
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
And that is
motherfucker!
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty okay. Yeah. Not everything in life is going that well, but yeah, I'm pretty okay.
All right, well, that's better than horrible, or we're glad that you're here with us. So next, let's bring in, of course, our lovely...
Stunning, plump, red, perfectly unscratched, and incredibly sweet mango.
And there is our mango. How are you doing, hon?
I'm alive.
Good. I'm glad that everybody
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Look, I could be better. Glad I'm not worse.
There you go. That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I was supposed to be getting inked today, but my tattoo artist decided that she would like to reschedule, so that's why we're doing this. And then my punk ass, well, I went through all the monetization stuff, so don't look at the pin message. We are now monetized, obviously, because the Schisma Crasher already memorized themselves. So
also, you know that you're monetized because, all right, so in our comment thing on StreamYard, click starred, you'll see your very first super chat from Brainless.
Awesome, sweet. I'll have to go and look at all that fun stuff because I'm still figuring out everything and how it works.
Yeah.
Hey, I got the ultimate first here. I got
Yeah,
the first
you-
super chat. I had to do that.
Nice. So I don't know how to.
Until it gets paid out, but hey, fuck that.
Yeah. So really quick, let's do it this way. Let's say hello to the Canadian Ollieman. We have the Bill Portley, a Demon Orb.
Hey, Demon.
Yes, and we did get the super chat first from the Brainless, so thank you very much for being the first.
He always has to be first. Damn it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. It's not somebody else that if I'm slightly too late, that somebody else beats me to it, right?
Yes. And then we have the Super Maghost. Hello, sir. And then let's see.
Hey, Ghosty.
So,
Tiny.
ooh. Let us know if you're available, and if you want to jump in, just let us know. So Scrasher became my first YouTube member, I believe, and I don't think I can show this here. Yeah, it's not going to show it. So what I did, look in the side chat, is I made a cookie. So whenever we talk about cookie, you put that there if you're a member, and then every time I do a hick impression, every time we do a hick impression, you put the hick thing. I have a talk about it later. Stop sign as well, and then we're gonna make another one. So when I do the things, like let's talk about it later. If you remember, everybody put the talk about it later. If Hick joins us, do that. If Cookie joins us, put in Cookie. So we're doing the super much chat little thingies for the stupid shit that I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're gonna make it all.
I think members only get the cookies and the hick though.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll be up to Skits to do that. Skits, that's your job today. It's your one job.
But if you want to do that, it's $2.99 a month to join for the first thing, and that's where you get all that stuff.
Right.
Is for the first tier. There's a $6.99, and then there's a $24.99 a month, which I don't believe anybody's gonna do. But I just set it up.
It's there just in case. You never know.
Yeah, and I just set it up just right quick, and then of course, God damn it, Skits, son of a beach, son of a bee sting. Okay, let me just get through this right quick. And then we'll get to that. Thank you, Skits.
Make sure you enable accept gifts or something like that, so you can get your gifts.
Where you do that, I don't know.
And so,
I don't think anyone has like the gift thing turned on for this channel because it's so new.
Yeah. So what we
that could be. Ollie had it on. You had it on, Mango.
I just turned it on.
Yeah. So everybody go. Hold on, Mingo. Will you explain how that works exactly?
Okay. So if you are currently in the live chat, there is a thing sitting underneath Scrasher's gifted subs. It says, next time you could be a lucky recipient of a Slim Cyborg gift membership. Click Allow Gifts. Make sure that clicker is turned on.
Bill got a membership?
I just turned it on and I got the membership. Bill Portley got it. I got it. Tiny got it. Ollieman got it. And Super Ghost got it.
Thank you for
Seen that.
I think there's still one more gift to be accepted out there.
So I believe there's another way that you can do this. I think you can go to the top of the chat and there's the 3 dots to the top.
No, it doesn't
right.
have a gift thing
That's
on there.
not the thing where you can accept it. Okay. It shows up for you, right?
So right underneath where Scrasher gave the gifts.
Yeah.
Scrasher gifted 5 Slim Cyborg memberships. There's a little gray box.
That says
it should come up in your chat. Yeah.
And you click Allow Gifts. There's a little checkbox beside Let me receive gifts for this. You make sure it shows blue. Exit out. That's how I got it. So
should I do it for my own channel? It lets me. Should I do it?
That's really not shown for me.
Yeah, I get it on my end.
It didn't show me on my pop out, but I'm gonna click it now. I went back into the. There we go.
It may happen again, and I don't know. We'll figure it out soon.
I just turned it on for myself.
Okay, I am very new to this, so we'll figure it out. Thank you all. Thank you for putting the cookies.
So I got a membership. Sorry, guys.
No worries. And so what we're going to do in the near future is we're going to do like alien heads and like a flat earth and a couple other things, right?
There you go. Little cyborg or something.
Yeah, and so when we talk about certain things, that's what we're gonna. Y'all are just gonna float. We're gonna do like what we do in what they do in Twitch. We're gonna be wannabe Twitchers, and we're gonna post all the frogs and all the other thingy bobbers they do.
Beware that if you're like me and pop out the chat, you're not going to see stuff like you're not going to see super chat. You're not going to see the allow gifts things. Just beware. You got to be on the browser on the actual page.
Okay, so heads up on that. So thank you very much.
That's under the page.
I'm getting a bunch of hearts. I'm getting hearts.
Yeah, there's a little heart symbol. Yeah, there's a little heart symbol.
That was me. Whee! More hearts.
Sweet, awesome.
I'm clicking all the emojis.
Yeah,
there
if you're on mobile, like it pops.
You're not going to have that
right
heart
in the chat box.
Okay.
So you can like send all of the little emojis.
Yeah.
Sweet, awesome.
And if you're on unless they change it, if you're on mobile, that little heart on the bottom right is not going to come up.
Okay. I wish it would show them over here, but it doesn't seem to do that yet. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it all out.
So StreamYard, they only get so much. Like that's why your custom emojis, they just show up as like the name of the emoji.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So once certain like new features for YouTube, once they know what that is, they'll be able to put it inside of everything and pull it up.
So we will eventually we'll all of us are going to figure it out all together if we haven't, or what I'm saying,
be a surprise on who just popped in.
Yeah.
Is it tiny?
It's your surprise.
Oh, there we go. Done. I knew
There's
that
like 5 different people that are tinier than me.
That's true.
Okay, I'll take that. That's fair.
So I'm going to go ahead and bring them in right now, and of course they are our worldly.
Let's make it happen, Captain.
Let's make it happen, Captain. How you doing?
Aye, Captain.
Tiny.
Uh-oh.
Well,
try
it's
now.
A little surprise.
Yeah. There we are.
Yes.
I hear him.
Yeah, we do hear.
Yeah, it's a little surprise.
How are you doing? Yeah.
I can hardly see you, but because it's
I'm doing good.
Glitchy.
I can see Captain just fine.
I see him.
It's just choppy.
It's choppy.
Yeah.
And then we can barely hear your.
If I drop out and change browser, because I'm discovered that this browser is actually hooking up with StreamYard a bit.
Which browser are you using?
Brave at the moment.
Yes, switch over to Chrome. Brave, for some reason, on some computers just does not like it.
Brave is the best.
Ghost, you got money spent on you. Okay, there you go.
There we blow. So.
It likes melon a mess.
Try to figure that out right quick. And then
switch to Chrome.
We'll go. Yeah. Anyways,
I'll be right back.
So, like I said, we have the 3 different things so far, and what we're going to do is use them whenever I do certain things. And we will do a flat Earth. We will do like a cube Earth and a couple other thingies as well, or a ship going over horizon for Tiny or something like that, and use those whenever we talk about them as a fun little silly thing that we can do. Well, we wait for our Tiny to come back, and I thought we at one point did have a witch here, but I don't know where she went.
She popped in very briefly, but I do know that there's been a whole bunch of issues with like internet connection across the UK.
Yeah,
so
because of how hot it is.
Yeah,
the hamsters over there are just damn tired, man.
It's too hot. It's too humid. They just can't keep running.
Yeah, exactly.
And Slim,
try to keep him cool.
He's become a member. He's gifted memberships.
Yes.
You've not played the ad yet.
You gotta play the skits ad.
We'll get it.
You're definitely right. And from now on, I have to again make a larger commercial. I wish I should have done that this weekend, but here we go. Here is our promotional advertisement, because Skits is our channel support her. And the
Channel
reason
Legend,
why this,
okay? Channel Legend.
Channel Legend.
That.
Oh my God, remind me of that later, Glober Bob. I need to like make it. Channel Legend. Well, no, I want to say it Australian. I need to give me a second. I need to go back and.
Your
like,
Australian is more UK than Australia.
I know. Well, that's my problem right now. Is I'm speaking UK and not Australian. But I'll get there. I'll get there.
Yep. Just work on it. You'll get there.
And there's our channel sponsor, our Schitt. Thank you very much. Try it now.
Captain, you look so much clearer now.
I think this is better.
Yes.
Yeah. Your audio. Try speaking one more time, right quick. Just say hello.
Hello.
Oh,
yeah. Your audio is
worse. Robot-y.
Bad.
Yeah.
Check your audio.
I get a lot of static in there too.
Yeah.
Oof.
This
maybe it helps if you turn off the camera, save bandwidth.
Your audio is very
try turning off your
right
camera
now.
and see.
Let me see about this right quick. I haven't even looked at it.
Slim, there's also another person.
Jeebus. I know. I had to find their intro, or at least we're going to use a new intro for them, even though I do love the birth of a Canadian, but we're going to try this for this one for today because he sent this to me. It is a minute, but let's just go with it. So here we go. This person is confessing how they're a Canadian.
Hey, I'm not a lumberjack or a fur trader. I don't live in an igloo or eat blubber or own a dog sled. And I don't know Jimmy, Sally, or Susie from Canada, although I'm certain they're really, really nice. I have a prime minister, not a president. I speak English and French, not American, not a boot. I can proudly sew my country's flag on my backpack. I believe in peacekeeping, not policing. Diversity, not assimilation, and that the beaver is a truly proud and noble animal. A toque is a hat, a Chesterfield is a coach, and it is pronounced Z, not D-Z. Canada is the second largest landmass, the first nation of hockey, and the best part of North America. My name is Joe, and I am Canadian.
Oh my God, that's great.
That brings our all human. How are you doing, sir?
I'm great.
That is great.
That's a beer commercial, by the way. Eh?
It's about it, not a boot.
Was it Molson?
Molson?
Yeah. Yep. I love that beer.
Okay,
So
so
that was great.
Slim, I did just add 2 different clips to your brand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, over on Widows, we all go to be fair. So I added the to be fair from Letterkenny to your brand.
Okay.
And I added one that I think you might really find funny: when life gives you lemons.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna play that in just a second. So one thing I wanted to try to have all of us ponder over right quick before we start playing some of these and get into the meat and potatoes of the idiocracy, and we're probably only going to get 10 minutes through because that's how we fucking do this bullshit.
Exactly.
And it's the same stupid shit that we went over like a week ago or something.
Slim, I shared this on community tab and I said, come see how far we get in the video.
Yeah,
as a challenge.
Okay, wait, we need to put up a poll. Let's put up a poll. Hold on, give me a second. We're gonna do this.
Get 10 minutes in. Will we get 5 minutes in?
Yeah, exactly.
So give me a second to do the poll. But before that, of course, I have to play these fun things for us because this is why you all come here and stuff. Oh wait, before we get to that, okay. So see how next to everybody's name there's a blue star. There's gonna be different color stars.
Okay.
I can change those into other things. So if people can maybe we can do like a knife, a sword, a broken bottle, or I don't know.
As you go in your membership, they change.
Yeah. So
I
think the last step should be your sword.
Sure. So like things I use, like blockhead, like maybe a nail and a broken light bulb or right? Like things that I would. Okay, let's ponder that and think about it because I can change those stars, and then we can do more super chat thingy bobbers, and we can all discuss what those things may be. If you have any ideas, either put it in the side chat or message me on the Distant McCords and what you think to what we can do. So before we get there, and of course, obviously, one of them is going to be
pickles.
So of course we're gonna do a pickle. We're gonna do a pickles one for sure, of course. So if life gives you,
well, when life gives you lemons.
Nice, awesome. Okay. And then Letterkenny, I don't think they're gonna copyright claim us, and if they are,
I don't know if some of you got that or not. Life is a cereal here in the U.S.
Yeah, Life cereal if it gives you
cereal.
lemons.
So
then what I say, thank you, Mama, for help. Definitely that was definitely.
Some people in not America, they don't quite understand these, some things.
Yeah, and it could have went over a lot of people's heads anyways because I'm not very smart. So thank you for helping us figure that out.
And the next one is very Canadian. If you have Crave TV, Letterkenny.
I do.
Yeah, I'm sure most of us do, and if not, we'll talk about that later. Everybody talk about it later in the side chat.
To be fair.
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 To be fair. To be fair.
Sweet, awesome. Put the emoji, whatever they're called. What are they called?
The emoji.
Super
chat.
The
hashtag too. Emoji. Those are emojis.
So the emojis and that. So the talk about it later is the awesome. That's exactly what that's for. And then
I like the hashtag too.
Yeah, of course, Mama. So if if Hick comes out, then everybody put the hat for Hick, and then if Cookie comes out, then we'll do that, and then I will make a couple more about the other stupid crap that we have fun with when we do these thingy bobbers. So before we get to that, let's do this.
What? Oh. What was in this shit?
Yeah, what was in this shit, man? We'll do like a joint or like some kind of fire or 420 thingy mabobber or something like that for that. I'm still trying to figure this out because we only got to be able to do this like a couple days ago or something. So
marijuana leaf. Could you probably get with the marijuana leaf maybe?
Yeah, or a joint or something.
That'll be more detailed.
Yeah, sure.
We got somebody just popped in the backstage.
Yeah. I heard that, but I'm trying to find this thingy mabobber first and then press pause. We only made it 12 minutes and 42 seconds into this last time.
We did good. That was good.
That was actually pretty good.
Excellent for us. Come on, man.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this next person just because I don't have a new non-copyrighted intro for them yet, because all the times I find a new intro for them, it is from a film or from something. And I'm like, son of a beat, like, damn it. So I need to find something that's not exactly copyrighted, and we'll figure that out in the near future. But anyways, let's bring in, of course, our lovely Vila. How are you doing, hon?
Oh, I'm all right. Bit of a manic.
We're glad you're here. What was
that? General sadness.
I never heard of general sadness. Did he die, or
who do they? What army do they?
General or general of what? Never mind. I'm sorry.
Was General Sadness part of the Army or the Navy?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Well, no, Admiral. It wouldn't be Navy. Admirals or Navy.
Yeah.
Admiral Sadness.
True. Yes.
He just made it.
Fine. Was he?
I think it's a colleague of Major Depressed.
Yes.
Oh,
I figured that.
Okay.
Oh my Jeebus, that's hilarious. We can come up with a whole like series of all that. Anyways, Sheila,
We'll talk about it later.
Well, everybody put it in again and talk about it later. Sheila, if you've not
Lord.
been in the Saitama chats or following along, I'm monetized now.
Yay!
There we
Yes,
go. I put a
and
whole bunch of talk about it laters.
Yeah, and so the Schizma Crasher gave a bunch of memberships out, and so now we have emojis. So we have a talk about it later emoji. We have a hick emoji, and we have a cookie emoji. So now we're gonna have fun with, we're gonna have fun with emojis in our stream. So
There we go.
If one of those things happen, that's what y'all put there, and same with everything else. You know, if we don't have an emoji for it, let's put it in the Saitama chats, and then we're gonna have more fun. It feels like we're on Twitch now. I feel like I'm a young man streaming.
Really?
Are
Are you sure you're not feeling like a hot tub?
I'm.
Hot tub streamer. You're
yeah.
like
Yeah, no.
streamers.
I feel like
There
a
we go.
topless streamer. No, let's see. What are the other weird trends that they have now? But yeah,
Just don't
I feel
sell
like,
your farts, okay?
Ah,
Maybe
dang
I
it.
should, though.
If
Oh,
you
your
do,
balls.
if you do that, only
Hey,
Or your
hold on.
bathwater. Mm-hmm.
Hey, hold on. That one lady made $2 million in 1 year selling her farts and putting them in bags.
Yeah,
So,
but she
go
really
for it,
hurt
Mango.
herself body badly.
Well,
just
that's
saying.
the thing is, but see, that's why you hold on. That's why you hire a fat dude to freaking do it. You just get this.
I mean, she did in the end. She let her husband do it in the end.
Yeah.
Well,
In the
she
end.
had. She could.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
So wait,
Mango.
so quick question. So if I'm the type of person that after I've had so many kids, I can eat like lactation cookies and start lactating again, like really hard and heavy. So if I sell mommy milk,
You would make a
How
fortune.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I wouldn't
Hold
buy
on.
any, but you would make a fortune.
Hold on. Is that selling body parts? Does that
Yeah.
fall under the weird thingy-mabobber?
No.
Yeah,
of-
it falls
Not
under
in the US.
biohazard for
not in the US, no.
What about biohazard? Because that's
breast milk's considered bodily fluid.
look
You
into
can't
it.
ship bodily
in the
fluids
US.
through the US
Okay,
Postal
okay, yeah.
Service.
Okay, so
Okay,
so yeah. So look.
Okay, so what it actually counts as within the U.S. Postal Service is the same as selling used panties. It's not biohazard.
Oh yeah, I get.
But
Yeah.
it is a perishable food item,
Mm.
so they have to put specific labels.
Yeah, it
on
is.
Okay, perfect.
It's a perishable food item. That's why people can make breast milk ice cream and sell it in a parlor.
Oh,
That's
I
why
forgot to do
people
this.
can make breast milk
Okay.
whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Oh
really
yeah,
quick,
no,
let's
that's fun. The legality is like
yeah.
selling it and like sending it to people. You're not just like
No,
saying
here-
open wide and squeeze fresh from the tip.
Right. No, it would be jarring
That's
it and
extra.
selling
Exactly.
That is
Mila.
extra.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there this YouTuber that actually misunderstood the pearl necklace and actually tried to make pearl necklaces from the stuff?
You can.
Yes.
Yeah, you
pearl
can.
necklaces are made from?
Yeah, they're actually making that, and they're making diamonds out of it as well. So you can either get your sperm made into a pearl or made into a diamond, especially for your wedding. Your wedding ring could be made out of jizz of your husband. It's made into a diamond.
By the way, if I'm lactating and anyone pisses me off, I can shoot at a 4.6 feet range. Thank you very much. I will take your eye out. Don't you try.
Mango,
Just
I
don't
understand
do
what
that in the UK.
So really quick, what I want to say is put a 1 in the chat if you would buy Mango's breast milk as a product, and 2 if maybe, and 3 if you're not interested, just for the heck of it. Let's just do that. And then I put in a poll.
I could eat those and do the same thing.
Well, see, you know what I think that Mango should do? Mango, you should make cookies out of them. Make chocolate chip cookies out of them. Make breast milk chocolate chip cookies, and I'd bake brownies or something. I'm down for some of that shit.
Instead of actual where it calls for milk,
Call
use
it
breast
mango
milk. There you go.
If you call it mango milk, nobody knows where it's coming from anyway.
Mango milk. I like that.
Because people are so stupid. They don't know what natal means.
Here in the US, you do actually have to specify that it is breast milk if you're using it in a food product. But because I have already given birth, because I am not prenatal, I am way far postnatal, it is more technically sanitary and available for wide consumption than fresh breast milk is, because if you're pregnant, it has so many other things in it that are needed to be able to make a baby healthy.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
So anyways, really quick, Mark just said this, and I'm quoting him, and I'm going to take it. So what Mark says is that he wants to see Mango squirt me all over while I'm naked with her breast juice. I think that's what he said with that. Is that what that's what totally what that meant, right?
Yeah, you get engorged enough that stuff comes out at high pressure. Just saying.
Oh no, and I heard.
No, mama. Like I wouldn't even be engorged. I would just get pissed off and squeeze a tit, and it would just like shoot. That's how we got the distance. It's 4.6 feet.
Oh man, Jeebus. And like I'm gonna say this really quick, and then we're just gonna get further into it. Like if you could hit a target with your breast milk and then also squirt from somewhere else and hit a target, we could be making money. So you got an OnlyFans
I mean, that's
thing
true.
right there. You literally
you do.
You don't need to get pregnant for that shit. Just
that's what
take a
she's
load
saying.
of
All
what
I
she's
have to
saying.
do is eat a lactation cookie, and I'm done. I start lactating again.
You don't need to get pregnant for that shit, because you can just take a load of cyclizine, which is an anti-nausea medication, and it can make you lactate without even being pregnant.
Sure. And it's the same thing.
Okay, so I'm one of those rare people that if you need me to lactate and you give me like a lactation cookie, I start lactating again.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just talking about people in general. We got that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So anyways, let's.
Your boobs are magical, Mango. Okay, mine aren't.
Okay. Okay. Before we get more of us way more turned on than we should be, until at least after the stream. That's what after party is for. We'll talk about that later. Everybody will talk about it later in there. That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to the video as fast as I can without my boner knocking over my keyboard.
No.
Anyways, what I mean is
you have to do a new
shit.
You have to do a new poll.
So now,
you're not even getting 5 minutes in.
Freshly squeezed boob juice.
We haven't even started the video yet, Tiny. So let's promote the video,
exactly.
not us.
Well, it's end of the stream. This video didn't start yet, so.
Well, we'll see. Because last time we went 3.5 hours, and it was 3/4 of the time us talking.
I think Harry Warp has spoken.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the next things we're gonna do. Remind me somebody of that in the Discord. Keep going or start. Undistract or whatever. Yeah.
Squirrel.
Or squirrel or something to maybe like back on track or something to get back on track.
The press play, Terry.
No, a road. We just need a road. And
Something.
you just post the road every single time. It's like
derailed train. Well, that would work.
There we go. Yeah. A train on or something. Again, we'll
it's
figure
tiny
that
though,
out
so
soon.
be very creative with it.
Yeah, so we'll get that. Yeah, I know it's only 32 by 32 pixels
big.
or some bullshit, so it's really
Yeah.
hard to. But anyways, we'll figure it out later. So before we get to that, of course,
Okay,
I have
Harry.
to say,
Harry, we get the point. God, seriously.
yeah, and then look at brainless Stay on track.
Stay on track.
Yeah, exactly. I know it is.
This is what Harry's talking about. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
By Strike movie night.
So
go ahead.
Just a side note.
There we go.
Just continuation from last week. Just so everyone knows, we have earned back about 1/4 of what Small Humans medication is.
Okay.
So thank you to everyone that has given. Y'all know what to do. It's in the chat already. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. He's doing his best. He had a slight incident this morning where there was a minor seizure, but that's because he got overheated.
Mm-hmm.
And well, we're doing what we can. So
yeah.
Yes.
And you'll I'm sure you'll learn all the triggers eventually, and Yeah.
Being down here in the South, like, it's so much harder to keep heat regulation under control.
Yeah. Humidity, all that stuff. I get it. Been there. Ugh, it's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially with the climate stuff. So let's keep blowing on anyway. So
all right, let's get this thing started.
Yeah, we'll definitely make sure we talk about that before we leave, Mingo, for sure. So before we get there, here we blow.
Alrighty then.
Here.
Okay, so let's begin this. And so let's start a timer as soon as I press. Actually, it's going to tell us. So what we're going to do is we're going to present and we're going to say we are starting at 12 minutes and 42 seconds. So somebody write that down. 12 minutes and 40. That's how long we got through. Yes, last time was 12 minutes and 42 seconds. Jeebus Christ. So here we blow. We're going to do this just one more time just because it gets
I put that in private chat, by the way.
Thank you. It gets so insane. It's so redonkulous. And like, I thought it was going to go from like this to this to this, but we like got delved into like crazy insanity, like this quick into it. Like I couldn't believe it. Like I really thought that we were going to start going to other places really soon, but here we blow. So what I'm going to do, of course, I'm going to put on a tiny bit of background music because we're going to try to like, I don't think they're going to copyright claim us, but just for the heck of it, we're going to make it harder for them to figure that out. So
I think we interrupted so many times you're not even.
Oh no, yeah, they're never going to like be able. YouTube's never going to even see that we are playing this for sure. Okay, give me a second to just make it a little bit.
That was loud.
Like there. Does that work? At least it's something, right? Okay, let's go. Let's blow with this. And you know what's even? God damn it. Let's just do this really quick, just for the fuck of it. Everybody, look at what I have saved for the rest of what we're going to be doing in the near future.
What?
Surrounded by Sasquatch, Return of the Anunnaki, how the Nephilim survived the flood, or did they? Giant Gilgamesh was found intact in a tomb after the hidden civilization of Inner Earth suddenly found in... So just to let you know, those are the things we'll be going over in the near future. Oh my god, it's insane, the fucking stupidity that I find. So here we blow. So we're at 12 minutes and 47 seconds. Let's see how far we're going to get through this before the idiocracy gets too much for us and we just have to stop and talk about stuff and things.
Often spoken as the Lord.
Okay, give me just a second. I'm going to put a little bit more volume into there just because. Save. And
in the Bible, he's also seen as a shining one in the Old Testament and is called the Owner.
The Owner.
At that time, there were many owners, or shining ones. In fact, there was one for each village. These are the governors of the first men, shining reptilian alien beings with vast knowledge, whose existence has been passed down to us in religious texts, fables, folklore, and myths.
Except for they haven't.
Right.
According to General Albert.
They're not, son of a bee sting. They're not aliens. They're just saying gods, goddesses, things from above, blah, blah, blah. Things you can't see or explain. That's why Roman gods were in the skies making Zeus make lightning and thunderstorms and all that bullshit. It's just because you can't see them. They never came down here to do anything other than Zeus supposedly doing certain things, but we don't have proof that Zeus actually came down and like turned into a bull by being a bull. You know what I'm saying? Like the weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, there are stories of things. That doesn't mean it's fucking real, you weirdos. Okay.
No, like all the men that say they married a Selkie one. Like
a Selkie? Yeah.
Like, where's the sealskin women? I don't see women bathing naked on the west side, like by the sea. Like anymore.
Well, I mean, Cookie McSweet Tits does that, but again, she doesn't look like a siren, or I mean, she does yell them and, "Hey, oh my god, honey, come over here."
She does that when the ship's into port. That's her thing with just come into port with all the
but
servicemen on
that's
him.
a little bit different. That's the only
the
only sea siren that I've ever seen that actually was somebody who brought the semen in to take away their life force. I mean, by sucking their semen out of them, which I would say is sucking their life force because they were totally tired afterward. I mean, they completely fell asleep after she sucked them off. So,
well, don't most men? Just saying, you know.
Well, that's how it should be. I mean, if you didn't do your job right, he's going to keep doing like laundry or keep doing the dishes or something after work. And that means, honey, you didn't do your job right. But we'll talk about that later. Anyway, let's get
oh, shit.
I'm such an asshole.
Fuck you, Harry. Fuck you.
Oh, no.
Fuck that episode.
No.
Fuck you.
The Weeping Angels are genuinely one of the only
okay, that's what he's doing.
Things that scare me.
That's where he was going. I got you. Yeah, yeah.
They are genuinely one of the only Doctor Who.
That was very creepy.
Oh
yeah,
my
that
God.
was.
Wait. They had a not blinking thingy-mabobber like the labyrinth.
Okay,
Weeping
so
Angels.
there's
not the labyrinth.
There's a 2-part Doctor Who episode that's all about the Weeping Angels, and they are these statues. And every time you blink, every time you turn around, every time you cannot see them, they approach and they will steal you.
There's been more episodes than just the 2 now.
Okay.
No, I mean the initial
angels
episode.
have their own.
Hey, back.
The angels are their own creature, and
they are.
They have to be unobserved to move, and they feed off the energy of creating time paradoxes or something like that. So when they touch you, they send you forward or back in time or to another dimension.
They steal you,
and that's how they get energy. Yeah, and it's the episodes they've done of it are terrifying because you have to not break eye contact with them, and they can replicate via television, via drawing, via picture.
What I was referring to is the initial 2 episodes, the 2-episode arc where they were first introduced. That one fucked my shit up for a while.
They were talking through a script that they'd already lived through and everything. It was so good.
Nope.
Okay, so
no, the angels were awful, but the plot line,
it was
smashed
beautiful.
it with that.
It was so good.
Right, sorry, Slim.
So I didn't know that we had anal angels. So when you were not looking at them, they came upon you, behind
you.
That's
Doctor Who only fans.
Is that what you just said, or am I misconstruing that?
They love going up your butt. It's fine.
Not even 1 minute.
You know what I'm saying? Like the angels are going to give you a night. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
So, guess what?
Yeah.
The Statue of Liberty is a weeping angel.
Is that because she's so sad about how horrible the country is?
Yeah.
She just cries all the time.
You don't want to know what she does with her torch, though.
Which one? There are 2.
Just saying.
Wait, what? We don't have 2 liberties, do we?
No, we
there's
just
one
have
in
the
Paris.
one.
Oh,
no,
well, not that one. We're talking about the Americas, and there is one in Las Vegas.
The original Statue of Liberty that Slim was referring to was made by the French as a gift to the U.S., and that's why it sits where it does.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think actually it was supposed to be a gift to like Egypt or some other place.
Yeah,
but,
we were like second place. Yeah, we were like the second pick.
Look,
yeah, exactly.
Look, gotta give it to somebody here, America. You can have it.
To the U.S.
Yeah, exactly. It's Emily.
It's in the U.S.
And the poem "Give Me Your Child and Your Poor," that's actually a poem inside the base. It's not actually what it represents, by the way.
Yeah. And there is one more in Las Vegas, so I will give you that. There are the 2 in the Americas, because I have been to the.
And there's one in Paris.
Mark.
There's of course, but I'm saying So there's whatever, doesn't matter because there's a gazillion and a half of everything and a half.
Either way, we're second place, and she's supposed to represent liberty and light.
Yep.
There's Paris.
Well, America's never been so high up the list of something.
No, have we?
No, we have. They are high on
you're right.
I mean,
excuse me. We are also currently second place in the rate of obesity. So, like,
Yeah, I think we may be getting close to first.
Wait, we're second again on that?
We are second. The first is Mexico.
Okay.
Do you know what you guys are first at?
Really?
Stupidity?
Guns per capita.
Guns per capita?
Well, dude, that's a given. Nobody's ever
yeah,
going to get anywhere close
you
to us
guys
on
have
that
per
bullshit.
100 person 112 guns or something like that.
No, it's like four guns, one person.
It's 1.37 guns per American.
Okay, so it's almost
per
2
capita,
guns per American or whatever the
give or take.
And that was 2018 or 2019 statistics. Just by the way.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give y'all some perspective, right? I live in the country. Okay. We're the type of people where you can have bison free roaming on the street because they got out of their fucking pen. All right. There's currently 5 people living in the house that I'm in. 7 guns.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's about right.
Yep. We are a statistic.
Yeah, no, it's redonkulous.
Well, Mark, we're saying gun ownership, not death by guns. Gun ownership.
Well, you guys are number 1 in death by guns too. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but you guys are number 1 there too.
Yeah, and
I don't think we are though.
mass shootings, and are we not?
I don't think so.
And wasn't it also like
probably not, since there's places like Yemen.
Here, I'm googling it.
Yeah, just check that.
Like places where there are active wars happening at the moment.
No,
so like
deaths.
You would be
Venezuela. I'm getting Venezuela.
Venezuela is number 1 at 10.6K deaths.
Okay.
And the firearm related death rate per 100K population for Venezuela is 36.75. Next is El Salvador, then Guatemala.
Okay.
So, any idea what the population of those countries are? I bet you they're small. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, they are. They're definitely, yeah. They're not comparatively to the Americas numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though they I don't know.
Countries with the highest total gun deaths, all causes, in 2019, number 1 was actually Brazil, not the U.S. The U.S. was number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Brazil's been going through some stupid shit though too.
Yeah. So
high on the list of countries with the most people incarcerated per capita.
Countries with the highest rates of violent gun death homicides per 100,000 residents in 2019: El Salvador, Venezuela, Colombia, Brazil, Bahamas, Honduras, U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and Mexico are the top 10. U.S. did not make the list.
Wow. I'm shocked.
Wow. So somebody must have altered some numbers.
No, the U.S. No, wait. There's a correction, because countries with the highest rate of firearm-related suicide per 100,000 people population in 2019, United States is number 2 with 7.12. Number 1 is Greenland, oddly.
That is
countries that have the high rate
but I can also
daylight are normally the ones with high suicide rates.
I was just going to say that they only get daylight for like 3.5-4 months of the year. So
not to be a dick. Not to be a dick, but if you live there, I mean, what would you know what I'm saying? Like,
it leads to a lot of depression. Like, I know Seattle is that way.
It's like Alaska. You live there. I mean, dude, like there's a lot of fucking suicides there too, because you're hopeless almost to some extent, right? I mean, like not to be a dick,
depression from not seeing the sun,
and not seeing sun, and a handful of other things. There's totally a handful of other things that like don't do just like being in. Hold on, just like being in
was 16.36.
Yep.
There's only 16 people that live there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just. All 16 people killed themselves. Now there's nobody in Greenland. Oh, God damn it! It's empty. Everybody move. Let's move to Greenland because we can. Never mind. Just as a joke.
Everyone go to Iceland. It's green there.
Everybody. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, so we're gonna look this up in a second. How many people have been molested by a statue in the world? Anyways, let's keep going on with this.
Wow.
Or molested themselves on a statue.
That's what I think is.
That'd be a different number.
Are we talking about? Are we talking about a rape? Aren't we talking about a rape statue right now? A lady who, like, when you're like not paying attention, she like takes you from behind. I thought. Never mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I point out that this is not even 1 minute in. We've not made it 1 minute in yet.
And I'm already
We're an hour into this.
And we're an hour into the stream.
Yeah, exactly.
We're doing good.
So great.
Okay. So now that I pulled us someone back on tracks again, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna begin playing this, and then I'm gonna go get more ice. I can drinking. So I will be back.
Okay.
In a second, and then we will just. I'm gonna let this play for a second. And when I come back, then we'll start going on further about it, because I know within 20 seconds y'all are gonna want me to stop it, and we're gonna talk about it because of
stupid shit.
The idiocracy that we have to go through because of this. Like this is the silliest thing like I've heard in a long time, literally. So here we blow. Although that's not true. I just heard on the Joe Rogan, JFK Jr. or whatever the John F. Kennedy.
Jr.
Yeah, that motherfucker,
that?
Dude. His fucking shit. He's been on 3 different fucking Republican fucking programs right now, and we're gonna have to go over that very, very soon.
He's running for president, by the way.
As a Democrat
against Biden. He's running against Biden.
Democrat, yeah, and he's a Democrat saying that he's anti-vax.
Yeah,
a Democrat who's anti-vax. That doesn't make any. I mean,
he believes in some conspiracies.
Oh my god, so many like fucking crazy shit, and we're gonna have to go.
I watched it on Jim Panda yesterday. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, and the other thing about him too is, bro, you sound like you're dying.
He has
no. He
has
I know.
condition.
He's got a vocal. No, I know he has a vocal thingy,
Yeah.
But do you know why you maybe have gotten that, bro? By drinking fucking mercury and other weird ass shit to fucking.
Yeah, I forget what they call it. I can look it up again, but it affects his larynx, and he talks like
silver.
But I believe that. Well, whatever disease it is, I don't know. But again,
why
that happened?
I think he was drinking colloidal silver.
Sure.
He probably was.
But that's what I'm getting at is most likely motherfuckers anti-vax didn't get vaccinated, was hanging around all these people that got had COVIDs, and he probably got it, and he's taking ivermectin and a couple other things together with each other and not seeing a real doctor.
About that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you don't want to know why you sound like you're dying, homie? Not just because you have a larynx disease, and you probably have that because you aren't taking the right medicines for the right things, you dumbass. And who's gonna listen to somebody who sounds like they're dying? Like, not to be a dick, but like, bro, you sound like you're fucking about ready to be in the coffin anyways, even though he did 8 push-ups today. There were half push-ups, and he said it was at the end of his rep, and that's how he's proving that he's like muscly. He does kind of look kind of buff, but
what he has is called spasmodic dysphonia.
Yeah. But I still think that he's exacerbating it by not taking care of it with the right fucking medicines. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's doing what he's supposed to be doing for that disease, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at an article on it. There's probably more on it. But
because
he's believes in that hippy dippy crap, then I don't believe that he's doing it.
No, he's not taking the right medicines that he's supposed to be taking. He's probably taking fucking like mint drops or something like that to get it so that you know what I'm saying? Like
oils will cure you.
Yeah, he's probably getting fucking essential oil enemas, and he thinks that's gonna cure his throat because your bottom makes your throat work, or you know what I'm saying? Like the idiocracy of their connections. I've got a testosterone fucking injection in his arse if he really wants one, if he needs more testosterone, or I guess does semen have testosterone? Doesn't matter. I'll still pump you full of fucking semen if you want. And then you can get your dose of manly juice or whatever. I don't know how this works. I don't even care anymore. So
I know that some semen has plenty testosterone.
Yeah, the only thing is I'm vasectomized, so that means that like I shoot blanks. So it like if I could got him to like let me like jizz in his mouth or down his
he doesn't need to know that.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be amazing.
I was talking about some colleagues of mine, but.
Oh, well, we'll talk about that in just a second. Anyways, let's keep going because I'm going to go get more ice and then we'll blow on with this. And so the crying statue things is interesting, but once again, citation needed for something, you know, I'm like, they're just speculating again that these things are really a thing, doing a thing, making a thing happen. Like what happened? Oh, God damn it. What happened to the statue in like Colombia or something that was crying blood?
Oh,
what did they find out about that?
Oh, that it was a
sewage leak. It was a sewage leak. They had sewage water pumping up into it and out of it, and that's what the brown liquid was, or the red liquid was, fucking sewage. And 2,000 people fucking went up and were drinking this liquid out of this statue until like scientists came up and were like, let's test it. Because we don't
one
believe
dude
that.
said he was still going to keep drinking it, that he didn't believe it.
Yeah, and there was a handful of people that did that because they were saying that, like, no, Jeebus wouldn't let that happen. God wouldn't let that happen. No, that's not how that works, motherfucker. Like, literally, like, Jeebus.
I could see somebody drinking that and then going, it's just God getting all the demons out, sitting on the toilet, shitting up a storm from drinking it.
And
it's
that's what
getting
happened.
The demons out.
Yeah, no, you would be puking your guts out. You'd be puking and shitting your guts out, and you'd be like, "The Jeebus is getting all my demons out."
Exactly, getting all the bad stuff out.
Yeah, but then it didn't do nothing for anything for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like you still weren't healthier or better after that, other than you like lost part of your colon or some bullshit like that. You know, like okay, so let's blow on. I'll be back in like 20 seconds, and we'll. Keep making fun of this idiocracy.
This Masonic historian. In Morals and Dogma, the Elohim were the host of heaven, ascending and descending to pass messages to and from God or the leader Yahweh. These beings came down to us from the heavens and back again. If this doesn't imply evidence of ancient aliens, then what does?
God, no.
Interestingly,
does not imply
some
anything.
of the Shining Ones were termed Watchers and are akin to the angels of the Lord. Yahweh Elohim means simply leader of the Shining Ones. The Egyptian Book of the Dead calls these Watchers Anubis and Horus, who came from a faraway place. The Hebrews termed these Watchers as those who watch. In Greek, this is translated as giantess or giants.
Okay.
Even the writer Hesiod featured as being monstrous due to their serpentine aspect.
Now we know where they get they believe in giants from than in the Bible. You know what I mean?
They just threw like 4 things together at once.
Yeah.
Like giant serpent. What? Like I'm a little confused.
Conflating these words in different languages, especially historic languages that are that far removed culturally, geographically, environmentally, fucking that animals like the flora and fauna and all that shit. You can't conflate it all like that, saying like, oh, the snake one, but are we talking about somewhere where snake could mean like fucking boa constrictor,
right,
or garden snake,
and or
it's not the same. You can't just pair these languages together and fucking shoehorn it all in together.
Yeah, no, and could you be talking about somebody who's acting serpentine-like a snake, meaning they are being underhanded or conniving or something, right? So that's another thing that can be lost in translation. Are we talking about a deity, an animal, or are we talking about a human being like this? And especially, right, we were just talking about a giant species, and then all of a sudden now there's a snake, so. Are these giant species snake-like, as in they use both sides of their tongue to talk, which means they're deceptive? Or are we talking about now a fucking huge master race of snake people? Like all of these weird combinations of all this is like, and once again, it's like they're just throwing as many things as they can at us so that our brain doesn't give us enough time to like process it enough for us to like sort out everything. It's like fire hosing.
Yeah, fire hosing. That's the one.
Right. And so they just throw. Yeah. So that what they're doing is they're just throwing like 20 things at us at once. And then our brains cannot like decipher exactly the difference between the bullshit, and the bullshit, because you can't come back to here. So let's keep blowing on with this bullshit.
Now we can understand the role of giants that are seen across the world of folklore as perhaps a historical revision to portray the original alien watchers. These watchers, according to the Book of Jubilees, are the Son of God spoken of in Genesis, sent from their heavenly abode to instruct men. What seems to have occurred is that they fell from grace by mating with the daughters of men, and were thus outcast, giving us the fallen angels we are familiar with today.
Except for the fact that God says, even though there is weird things in the Bible, but God said, man only makes man, and blah, 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 you know, like, so how are we making things from other things that you're not supposed to,
he said
right?
2 words that are very important: folklore.
Exactly.
Folklore may have a grain of truth, like legend has a grain of truth somewhere, but it's more of a myth.
Yeah, so every once in a blue moon, and there may have been a small collective of people who have a medical disorder, or they may have been giants, right? So you may have had a family where they had giganticism, because in the end,
it's basically the equivalent of daughter asks her mother, "Mum, why'd you cut both ends off the roast joint?" Right? Mum goes, "I don't know. That's just how my mum taught me.
Yeah.
That's how my mum taught me to do it." Mum, she goes to Nan. "Nan, why do you cut them off?" Nan says, "I don't know. That's just how my mum taught me to do it." Goes to Great-Grand. "Oh, that's because the roasting pan we had didn't fit the joint in, so I had to cut the ends off so it would fit." They're still doing it. The meaning has been lost. Why?
Yep.
That's what folklore is. There was that grain of truth, or that thing that made everyone do believe or think this way. The meaning behind it's gotten lost, but the story still goes on.
Yeah, exactly. For some reason, maybe these people were scared to mate with the tall people or something, and so they made a thing that says like these people are scary or blah, blah, you know, something about a something, and then of course, like you said, it gets lost in throughout time, or after a generation or two. Like we find that a lot with a bunch of traditions in the Americas. Why do you butter your bread on whatever side? Or why do you put your cream in the thing in this thing or that side? Why do you, you know, we're like, I don't fucking know why that's a tradition anymore. Why do we have to put gravy in the gravy train and make it?
Yeah, it's like, why do we put eggs in the refrigerator? We don't have to, but we do.
Yeah,
because we're conditioned.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys do in America.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, that we're conditioned to think, oh, eggs, refrigerator. You know?
But you have to in America, because you actually bleach off, you chemical clean off the chicken butt film that goes on it. That means it's safe to not have them in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
The rest of the world, we don't actually take that off, which keeps them like safe.
Yeah, but a lot of times now we're not doing that 100%. Not all eggs now are completely made that way, because now we've come to understand it's better to just not bleach the shell so that they're just one color.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. Similarly,
you can get different. You can get brown eggs and stuff.
Yeah,
like
we
that
get a
too.
lot more. We get a lot more variety eggs now.
Yeah.
Than we used to, for sure. I see a lot more brown eggs when I go to buy my 12-pack in the regular just aisle. Like, it doesn't say anything different. It's just we do get a lot more of the shaded eggs now. I love getting the blue eggs; those are always fun to get in your 6-pack. But that's more the organic. When you look at those.
I lived in Florida who had chickens.
Yeah,
who had chickens, and she would take the scraps. We made the salads. She'd take the scraps home and feed them to her chickens. She'd bring us green eggs and red eggs and all different color eggs.
Oh, yeah,
depends on what they eat.
So the shells, they'll be like barely opaque, a little bit more blue or a little bit more gray or brown or this or, you know what I'm saying?
It's actually the breed of chicken that dictates the color of the eggs.
Yeah, but
different breeds of chickens produce different color shells.
That too, but her chickens, whatever they ate, sometimes that's the color the shell came out.
Yeah, and there's weird things. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyways, let's keep blowing on. But nowadays we don't have as much bleaching of the eggs anymore like we used to.
Don't feed your chicken paint.
Yeah, don't feed your chicken paint. Exactly.
Oh, that was it.
That's how you make Easter eggs, by the way.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so
feed them food coloring, you'll come out Easter eggs.
Well, we definitely hope that's the way that you like them.
Don't do that.
Is
Don't
unfertilized. Please
Unfertilized.
do not eat fertilized because that's a whole nother dish, and we'll talk about that.
That's yeah.
There's
that's
an Asian. I think there's an
velotas.
Asian. Yeah, there's a thing where they.
That's the thing. What you ask?
I've seen when somebody eat them.
When you have a lady coming over, then you ask like, "How do you like your eggs in the morning?"
With
plan sunny side up, scrambled, or fertilized,
shaved,
or fertilized.
Plan B.
Plan B.
Oh, I thought.
Okay. So let's keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Press play, Slim.
And indeed, the tales of Atlantis. The fallen watchers swear an oath and bind themselves together. The place of this action is called Ardis, the fabled summit of Mount Hermon, which derives from the Hebrew word for curse. Following these actions of the fallen watchers, the Shining Ones called down a great flood upon the earth to destroy the offspring, and Noah is warned to build a great ship to escape the impending catastrophic doom.
Wait, it wasn't God that did that? It was the Watchers that told them? Okay, that's weird. I'd never heard that shit before.
Yeah. It was obviously some great battle between the dissenters and the Shining Ones and the loyal Watchers, which gave rise to the archangels Michael, Gabriel, and the others to slay the remaining fallen Watchers.
Wait, what the fuck? Why do we need to slay them if God's gonna kill everybody on Earth? What the fuck is going on, you weirdos?
Oh, you know, yesterday I watched the remaining. That is a movie about the biblical end of the world, and that was also quite weird.
Yeah.
What was it called?
The Remaining.
Okay. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, but and then at the end, people turn to God, and I'm like, what if he is basically threatening you and scaring you to turn to him? Like, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Yeah, even if you're real, I'm not worshiping that.
What is it, like fucking Stockholm syndrome or whatever the fuck that's called, where like you want to start sucking the dick of your captors because you fall in love with them somehow?
It's weird.
It's Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, I'm sorry. What I said, whatever. I'm sorry. Yeah, Stockholm.
No, you said it right. It is Stockholm syndrome.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's actually I did enjoy the movie, but yeah.
Go ahead,
but
Tiny.
Also, bellowing the Shining Ones sounds like actually they fighting the Terminators without the Arnold Schwarzenegger suit.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I like that take. So anyways, let's blow on with why these gentlemen, these people needed to kill these other people before God killed everybody.
We are slowly realizing that there was great technology unfathomable even today. Technology that, among other things, could have caused a massive flood upon the earth and is beyond our imagination.
So God let that happen
Much of this
somehow?
myth of the Watchers is found to be within the tales of wars and the merging of peoples across the Middle East between Canaanites, Egyptians, Sumerians, and even Asian civilizations. But
none of them have any recounts of any of this all happening together. There's no things that connect any of this bullshit because Asia has like disconnected themselves from the rest of the world for like a long time now. So where's the proof that they were all connected? There's none.
The underlying current is a belief in the Shining Ones as the leaders, with watchers doing their bidding,
but
eventually evolving into God with his angelic beings.
Okay.
The term Anunnaki, Anakim, and even Nephilim means those who came down to earth from heaven. They looked down on the people below. They watched.
And how'd they help us?
The truth of the story of the Shining Ones and their watchers has been the subject of a purging by many Jewish authorities, who were understandably concerned that the myths of these angels and their worship would detract the people from the worship of the one God. With this end, the Book of Enoch and the Book of Jubilees mentioned above were stricken from the accepted list and are now known as Apocrypha.
So
or
even in
pseudograph-
this pseudo history, they've got to find a reason to blame the Jews.
Totally. And again, how does this connect to fucking the Bible? And why does... Oh, my Jeebus. God damn it. This makes me so fucking mad. How? Why did God not have... Why was God not controlling all of this and all this weird undertone?
I think he was controlling this, but it's all basically scripture. So that's how they're tying it all together.
But it's all undercut by all these like underlings doing all these things.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought God was supposed to, I don't know
It
anymore.
literally says in the Bible that angels don't have free will.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why there's this weird underground belief
and
that
they don't have
Lucifer was actually a jinn, not an angel, because he was the only one that actually had free will.
Of course he was a genie, duh. That totally makes sense. You know, never mind. But anyways, how do these beings have more power than the Gi, and how are they influencing all of this crap? Like, it's just like the hierarchy never makes sense whenever we go.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
God's what actually happens when they climax at the same time from the orgy.
Right?
And briefly, they become one united conscious being and do some fuck shit.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to them just playing silly buggers individually.
Yeah.
It's really like God is playing a D&D game, and he's just like,
I swear it's like a video game,
you know?
right?
God's
the user.
But he's totally like using weird mods, and then the mods
cheats.
change, and the DLC changes, and other things, and it's like, how do I keep up with the DLC? You know, like now we don't have gods and goddesses and blah 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 and Enochi and blah blah blah, and then now they're saying known as the Acryptica or the Pseudographica,
Apocrypha.
Why are we all of a sudden talking in Latin or in a later version of English? Right? I know that they're trying to reference something, but I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make us not understand what they're, you know what I'm saying? Like,
because he thinks it makes them sound smart and intellectual, but it's pseudo-intellectualism.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, why are you not saying the cryptic, this pseudo of the, you know, whatever? Go ahead, Tiny.
It's like Bo Burnham once said, to God, we're not special, we're just a bad game of Sims.
Here you go. That's it.
Yeah, and
think of it like science and pseudoscience, Slim. There's actual science and there's the pseudoscience that thinks it's science, but it's not. Similar kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. And it's like God keeps getting coding wrong. I'm like, how would you get the coding wrong if you were the one
God,
that was?
You should get everything perfect, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to keep doing different updates till your game's perfected, right?
Like one
God, you know what God is? God is it was created by another civilization, and it's their version of ChatGPT.
There you go. Okay,
we're ChatGPT for another universe. God damn it! Fuck me.
What do you do? What do you do if you play a game of Sims and getting bored after a while? You just make it fuck up.
You just make chaos. Just make it. No, but that's what it was in the beginning. Well, I guess you could get bored really fast with fucking idiotic humans Neanderthals and from the other things, right? And so you could just flick hallucinogens onto the earth, right? Like mushrooms and ketamine and THC and marijuana, and all of a sudden now their brains kind of evolve a little bit. Now they're starting to see things a different way. Now you create civilization. Then what you do with that, you create the Tower of Babel and you make it so they can't speak each other's languages anymore, right? And now you make them all go to war. Now we have colonization, civilization, right? That's what the game was called when we were kids, the PC game Civilization. And now you have civilization. There you go. Now we have a fucking thing for them to play. And you never know if there's like their brother, sister, cousin, or somebody else, that's there is rolling dice with them, right? It's just a D&D game. We've got a chess master. I'm sorry, the headmaster, the game master.
Yeah.
And then maybe we have a couple other people that are throwing things around, and that's who the demons, devils, and Satan and a couple other people are. They're just fucking rolling fucking
they're rolling their D20s and just going,
Yeah. They're just rolling fucking the D20 dice and shit, and
like what comes up.
If you're telling it like that, actually the Norwegian, the Greek, and the Egyptian mythology sounds more logic.
Yeah. Exactly. And just keep blowing on. Let's keep blowing on because we can go on this for fucking 150 years.
Press play, Slim.
We could be doing this for as long as it took for Jesus to get hung from the cross.
Okay, Slim.
What we do know, though, is that these watchers continued in what has been described as the underground stream and were called egregores. The term egregor is Greek and means to rouse from sleep, be excited by passion, to be awake, or to watch. Eliphas Levi, the 19th century magician and mystic, speaks of these egregores on numerous occasions, and even links them to the giants or watchers spoken of in the Book of Enoch, saying that they take shape and have appeared in the guise of giants. These are the egregores of the Book of Enoch, termed the celestial watchers or egregores by the ancients. Levi also calls these egregores the Anakim, or shining ones, and men of renown or giants of the Bible, and that they are expressed in the myths of various cultures, just as we have been finding.
But are they real giants?
Ancient concept and story of the shining ones.
It's really weird because sometimes they're just like they call them like giants of like thought to some extent, right? Like they're just like their brain, they're philosophically giants.
They're like geniuses or something, or
sure. And then other times they're talking. Yeah, it seems like that. And then they're also talking about
giants in what they do.
Exactly. Or
gotcha.
other times they're saying in size. So that's what's weird with the translation. What are you talking about? They're big brained, or are they tall and massive? You know what I'm saying? The translation can be.
They just found
words
leak
have
script
meanings,
of the internals.
Right? Words matter when in this case. Right? That's why it can be interpreted in different ways, because it's not. Because the words.
And that's exactly, and that's what it is. Are they giants of this or that or this or that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they?
And Slim, when I look at this, like you just paused. That to me just looks like a lightning hazard.
Well, it could be. It could be a lightning rod for all you know, too.
Just the whole thing.
I believe that's what's sticking out of the back of the head. I think that is a lightning rod.
Yeah,
I think it is.
But still, damn.
So that it goes through it and not into and out of it. I think it has to have that, right?
Yeah, I think in those days they had them looking like that on purpose too, and they were also lightning rods.
Well, and I think this is like something that gets to go through it and out of it, and not through it and make it explode. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think that's what it is. It's making it so that it's a doubt. Taoism. I don't remember what it's called. There's a name for, I think, putting a thingy-mabobber on there like that. But anyways, keep blowing.
Was still very much alive and being propagated secretly by
I think
the
it is, but
mystics of the last few hundred years. These were very much part and parcel of their hidden secrets.
Is that giving us the middle finger? Oh, never mind. It has one finger up. Never mind. I thought it was flipping us off. I was like, fuck you. It's like, fuck you all. That would have been amazing. An angel that was just flipping us off. Like, fuck
the
you.
church. Can you imagine how it would be on a church going, fuck y'all?
Yeah, that would be so amazing. Oh, Jeebus. Well, I need to go and like change that. It would take me like 5 milliseconds to make that into a
I'm sure it wouldn't take very long. Yeah.
What we can glean here, then, is the next extent of the influence of the first origins of secret societies and the Illuminati, both in culture and texts.
Except
These
for...
shining ones are the first we have on paper, so to speak. They have a structure and a basis of authority. They rule over man and are all wise, having their...
And the other thing, really quick, if you're a fucking if you're an insecure man and you're a micro penis, aren't you gonna like write that you're like the biggest thing in the world, right? Isn't that what happens like right now with the Trumpenites? They got the big ass trucks and all these huge things. They're like, look at how big everything is, my big ass gun and everything.
Hey, that's been going on since Egyptian times, man. Look at the obelisks that are in Egypt.
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
that is an accurate rendering of my fictional dick. Thank you very much.
Exactly. But again,
that's right. They were the first quote unquote dick pics.
Yeah, what if that's exactly what we're talking about right now? These people are just trying to like make themselves seem like extravagant.
They're bigger than what they actually are.
Exactly. Who doesn't do
that big?
How doesn't that ever happen? And so what we need to do is somebody remind me, we need to make like a not a dick, but like a phallic thing to put in the side chat for when we talk about big dicks.
No, Vila, we're not questioning your
mom's dick house.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like my dick house in my
yeah. But anyways, again,
I'm missing something in the video.
Go ahead.
Why doesn't it say synchronizing like in all these Assassin's Creed games?
What?
Well, when you're standing up like this and the picture is turning around the statue, it always says synchronizing in all the Assassin's Creed games.
Oh, I got you. Got it.
Anyways, what we're talking about is but the other thing about this is the really quick what I want to talk about is the Book of Enoch is not even in there. It was taken out because it was so redonkulous and nobody was like, they can't make any connection. Yeah, no, I know, and that's where we're getting at again is like this doesn't make any sense with anything about anything for the whole thing that goes together. And like I know the books don't even like really go together per se completely. And if you look at all the Dead Sea Scrolls,
they just fit a narrative they were trying to tell. That's all.
Yeah, and that's why you look at the Dead Sea Scrolls and you can see I'm going to say 2,000, even though I know it's way more scrolls that were not put in there that all have to do with all their ideology putting into a thing, to make it, they didn't put that in. And then if we look into the Dead Sea Scrolls, supposedly there's 21 accounts of a Jesus in different scrolls that do not show us that they all were from the same time period. So the best understanding that we have or that I have come up with and seen in my research through other people, because I am not that smart, is they culminated a Jesus out of multiple people to make a whole thing where they traveled around the world, the Europes, and did this thing for 10 years, right? He traveled for like 6 or 10 years or something like that. And, okay, so let's bring back in our Mingo. How are you doing, hon? We're glad to have you back. You're muted.
Oh, of course I am. Why wouldn't I be?
There we go. Yeah. So, have you been watching the Idiocracy that we've been going through?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say, I hope not, because, I'm... But anyways.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
My primary question is, why do? Why do
Dude, I don't understand honestly, I don't understand any of this other than they wanted to make a movie that had aliens, Atlantis, and Illuminati in the title.
Yes,
and then they just talked about the other keywords. I literally think they just did this just for keywordization.
Yeah,
you
just
know
so
what
they
I'm saying?
could
Like,
have
just
people
so-
click on it. Mm-hmm.
And so everybody,
Which
welcome
is smart
our
on
new
their
member.
part, if you think about it.
Yeah. So everybody, welcome as a new member is Jasper. So thank you very much for being a new member.
Ooh, now you can
Go,
get
Jasper.
all
Go,
emojis.
Jasper.
Yeah, I believe that means you can use our emojis. So there is a talk about it later. There is a Dick McHakerson and there's a cookie. So you can use those as of right now. And in the very near future, we're going to have a lot more fun emojis.
You guys can all use my emotions.
We're gonna have a whole bunch of fun thingy-mabobbers. So yeah, there's a talk about it later. The hick and
the more members you get,
as of
Slim,
right
the
now.
more emojis you can add.
I have 2 more that I can add.
Yeah, I've got like
So,
15 I can add. I've only got like 3.
Sweet.
I don't know what
think
to add. I don't know what to put on there, you know? So.
Okay, so everybody ponder what Mama can add for her thingy-mabobbers and let her know in her Dissim Accord about what we all think we can do. I think we can do for Mama.
Idea.
I think for Mama we can do a cube Earth, a donut Earth, and a couple other Earths.
Yeah,
Although I'm going to kind of, but I think. Go ahead,
for
Vila.
for the months, how long they've been a member, do an award of a bronze Karen haircut, a silver Karen haircut, and then a gold Karen haircut.
Oh my God, Mama, you need to do
Yeah,
that.
I just do the little star things for now. They just change color every month.
Yeah, but do the Karen hair colors.
And then for a year, Necker Karen.
I got an idea for an emoji. The baby dinosaur.
Yeah.
Baby dinosaur for Mama's emoji. And we need to, well, I'll find this, Mama. If you don't know exactly where to look, I will find a Karen haircut GIF and we will, I'll change it to all the different colors. And then I'll send it to you because that's easy as crap. I can do that in like 5 milliseconds. We can do that for Mama. So let's think about what we're going to do for me instead of the stars. So maybe different microchip colors. So maybe we'll start with one color and maybe we'll do microchips. Maybe that's
microchips. That's the awesome one.
I should have known.
Different dildo colors.
Yeah, see, I want.
You can do that on your channel when you get monetized.
I want to get cheap.
But then you can have a purple dildo.
See, I want to. Well, see, that may be one of the things we can do. Well, we'll talk about it in a second because, like, we'll probably have to do like the purple. What the eggplant? Maybe, you know, because I don't know if we can do a complete purple dildo. We can do something purple, but we'll get to that later. So thank you all very much for being members and for helping us out. And if you are already
aubergine. Oh no, they are purple already. Oh, never mind.
An aubergine. That's right. I forget that
aubergines are they call them overseas.
Yeah. And we can do a handful of other hilarious things in the future. But we'll get to that soon. So let's keep blowing on with Jesus Christ, this. Okay.
Watchers to ensure that their instructions are carried out. Either the Shining Ones are still in power now, generations later, or the secret societies of the globe have copied the methods, structure, and symbols over time. The great...
What the fuck? Okay, I'm just gonna keep going.
Religions of the world have all been created by some secret method, which we now know to be the generative cause of religion.
It's LSD and crack and meth.
Did you say the main method?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he totally said the main method. That's what I was saying. Yeah, it's drugs. That's
the main method. Method.
Yeah, it's all the goddamn fucking meth, you damn.
All done by the same meth
head.
It's
by
all
Maine
the
and meth heads. Meth heads in Maine.
It's all the trailer park MAGAs that are smoking the meth that are fucking making
meth heads.
we're gonna line them up.
Lord.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to do like a meth head or like a crack pipe or something like that for one of the emojis or something. So every time they say
face, would that work?
Oh, my chief mate had
I don't even
I
want to
heard
go
he
over
got
that
arrested
bullshit.
for assaulting somebody with a baseball bat.
Who?
Wait, I thought
Cyrax?
he got beat up. I thought he got beat up.
No,
Did
he went after a guy that was standing in front of his house on the sidewalk with a baseball bat. He got
Yeah,
arrested
and
for
then-
assault.
Okay, and then like 2 months ago or a month ago, he got beat up by some other dude, and then
Yeah.
he got caught texting a 16-year-old or a 15-year-old or something.
Yeah, the channel The Frog has all that.
All that. Yeah. If somebody wants to post their channel
What's that
link in the thingamabobber, please do.
I just thought it was funny because
We're not going to go over locales on this channel just because
No.
that's exactly what we do. We go over the thingamabobbers of the idiocracy of conspiratorial idiots. I don't want to dive into that because like I get too sad and I get really depressed and like I kind of almost get suicidal looking at their lives.
It's kind of like you look at that and you're like, we deserve to be destroyed as a planet. We really deserve.
No. I'm like, how can I blow up the earth without pressing that red button? Because the mole people and the lizard people and Mango will not let me press that button yet. I have to get the codes from all three before that happens. So I sit here looking at the button going, God damn it, I just want to press it. I just want to
press it now, please. Let me press it now.
I'm already quite far into hacking those codes, so don't tell them.
Okay, well, I mean, like we've said, like it's only a couple more years if y'all don't fix a couple things. So like not to be a dick, but like I mean and the only way to save yourself is to become a member of Slim the Living Cyborg, and you get your own seat. Hold on, you get your own seat on the spaceship that's going to be leaving in 3 years.
There you
if
go.
you want to make sure that you're going to survive the apocalypse, get your membership now.
Slim. Stop starting a cult, okay, please.
God damn it! I was hoping I was gonna do like my intro video. That's exactly what I put. I was gonna put "Welcome to the intergalactic spaceship of Slims" and blah blah blah. Like I was gonna make it like a cult. Yeah, well, that's what I'm
Slim
saying.
Applegate did that, so I'm sorry. It's already been done.
Damn it.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I have my own version of
did it right.
hey, hold on. So in a couple years, SpaceX will actually have like a working inner space ship. So that's when we're gonna take it over, and I'm gonna like take over all the electronics and reprogram it
There
to
you
us.
go.
And I think I have about 220 seats, 200 seats, I think is in the one that we have right now. So if you become a channel member, just keep subscribing. And I'm just, you know, funny that would be if like we actually push that bullshit. Like, goddamn,
Oh, God.
I wish I could be a grifter. I wish I could be a grifter, but I can't. I'm sorry, I can't do that shit. I wish I could make money off of y'all because I'm a punk ass bitch trying to sell something that's not really there. But I have a conscience, so I can't. So that's why we get to be broke.
Not everybody has that.
So anyways, let's keep blowing on. Jeebus Christ. What's that about it? Okay, never mind. Okay.
Namely, all these religions and societies are based upon the days of old when the aliens came, created mankind, fostered them, mated with them.
Can I see 4K video of that, please? I want
to see 8K video, man.
I want to see internal, external, and 3 different camera angles.
I want to see it in 4K augmented reality.
I want to see it in
that's right.
VR. I want to put on a helmet.
VR. There
be
you
able to
go.
Watch it in first person, POV. Let's get some POV fucking aliens, fucking humans on over here. Anyway, let's keep. God damn it, son of a bee sting.
Did battle.
There's no proof it happened until we get 8K video.
And then apparently disappeared. But there is one.
Then why did they disappear? What the? Never mind.
Exactly. Why did they disappear?
That's the problem with all these aliens. They come here and they fuck us, and they just leave without fucking like taking care of the baby.
Like,
or,
yeah, exactly. Don't even give us money for cab fare or nothing. They just take off and leave.
Christ. Yeah, they just like jizz inside of us, and then just like, oh, now I gotta go.
Selfish assholes
exactly.
they are.
God damn aliens, man.
Fable that gives us a great history of these alien originators.
That's a motherfucking like snake or a lizard. Like that's not it. I know they're just using
it looks like a bear or some sort of feline or something, you know?
Animal in the Amazon.
Yeah,
Literally,
it's an animal.
It's one of it says alien. I thought it says alligators. No, that's like an alligator. It's not aliens, and it's not Atlantis because it's above. Never mind. God damn it,
Atlantis. For well over 2,000 years, mankind has grappled with the question, what was Atlantis, and where did its people originate?
Nothing.
Oh my God.
So why are we showing Mayan stuff and South American stuff? What is that connection?
Wasn't it Pluto that wrote about Atlantis or something?
Yeah, it was like one.
Or Plato. I'm sorry, Pluto.
Yeah, and Plato, like technically, wasn't a historian.
Wrong character.
Just, like,
Plato, one of the great philosophers wrote about. Greek philosophers wrote about.
But he was not a historian
Atlantis.
technically, and he said he went to a weird place in the middle of nowhere that he couldn't exactly say where
And how do they know it was real? How do they know it wasn't just him doing fan fiction or something? You know?
Or how do we know that he wasn't on a bunch of hallucinogens?
Right.
You know what it's like to fucking go on the ocean for 3 months and get what's it called from not having vitamin C? Scurvy.
Scurvy. Yeah.
You know what it's like to get scurvy? It's not fun. And you hallucinate like a motherfucker and you're like dying and like seeing mermaids and weird fucking shit. So of course you're gonna like come up with weird stuff. And one of the other things is if you run out of palatable water or water that you can use, everybody begins drinking the alcohols. And they're not trying to. And if you get down to only where you're drinking whiskey and on the ocean in the middle of nowhere in the heat while you're sunburned,
and that dehydrates you even more.
Yeah, and then you're barely getting nutrition in you by eating the foods that you have, which is salted meat. It's salted meat, which causes you to get more dehydrated. Yeah. So now what you're talking about is you're just fucking on a sick one, and like what a ship like that had about like 40 people on it, let's say, and it's probably a little bit more. Let's just say 40. So 40 people are now running around crazy as fuck. You're going to believe them saying anything or writing anything down? No. The captain is probably going to be the sanest one because he's going to be the one that keeps having the right supplies they're going to be on. And there's somebody else, the navigator, who's writing down in the books about where they're going and the heading and all that stuff, I think, right?
That's actually the captain.
It would be the captain who would be writing and all that stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
It would be the tiny
captain is keeping the log.
Okay, thank you, Tiny. That's what I was getting at. So usually maybe the most sanest one on the ship at that time would have been the captain, because like hopefully they had like lemons or something they were sucking on that people, you know, but whatever. You're talking about people that are like pretty much going insane on the ocean, and they're telling us certain things like that. Anyways, let's keep blowing on, because that's not as insane as the fucking Dead Sea Scrolls, or the people that fucking wrote them in the middle of the desert. They were like 18 years old, never had sex, which means they're incels, and they like lived with like 30 other dudes in a fucking cave. Dude, your brain's not going to be fucking very fucking good.
You're not going to be all there.
Yeah, no, you like honestly, and especially in those times, I believe they were still like anti like orgasming because they didn't understand that concept. So imagine you're an 18-year-old and you haven't jizzed in like 2 years, you're not around women, and you're trying to like not have sex with other dudes because like there's dude butts around, or you know, and you're like, hey, let's make the things that say that you shouldn't do these things. And so, you know, it's very skewed to look at the way that they put these together. Not
the Bible
saying
that don't have gay sex.
Well, once again, we can go over this again and again. There's multiple things in there, but no, there's not that. And oh, Jesus Christ, there is things in there that says don't fucking wear two freaking clothing from two different fucking
two different kinds of fabrics or something. Yeah.
You can't eat pork. You can't eat fish on this day. You can't eat. There's so many
no
things
go.
that
Yeah.
make things that. So screw you, hippie. You're telling me to like not play with another man just because you want me to do it. With his legs up in the air, like it's missionary style or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still think they told us to not screw a dude like you do a chick, which means she can do missionary. You have to bend over a dude. It's way more comfortable.
Harry says it's worse than that. The Essenes didn't even use the toilet on Sabbath.
What did you do on the Sabbath then?
You just held it. You must have held it.
Yeah, that's great for your bladder and your fucking
Yeah,
totally.
Getting a bladder infection. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Essenes. Thank you, Harry.
Yeah, that's still just like those people that get like an anal douche like every single day. It's like, no, honey, that's way too much. Like, don't put it in too long and don't over clean it. You got to have this balance of ebb and flow, just like we talked about a month ago. Your vagina cleans itself. Yes, you should wash her a little bit, and you should like put things, but don't use like fragrancy thingy-mabobbers on it. Don't like spray things on it to make your vagina smell better or whatever and things. It does it itself as long as you're like
water
healthy.
on the outside. You don't need anything. Can never douche. It has its own internal system.
That's what we're getting at. It has its own cleaning system. You just gotta like wash it around every once in a while. Don't use
nice
perfumed things.
Water. You don't even need soap. But if you prefer to, then that's fine. Doesn't go inside anywhere.
Yeah.
Whatever you clean with, little wash. Done. It's not that difficult to do properly.
And that's when you're gonna get it to taste the best too. Because when you start using the fragrances and stuff and you go down, like you're just tasting like lavender or whatever. And like I don't want to taste that.
Or
I
just soap. Like not even you're not getting a nice taste, it's just soap.
Yeah, no, I don't want to taste soapy pussy. I want to taste fresh vag. I mean, so again. Just to wash it a little bit, just scrub it out, rub it a little bit around.
In 2023, this has to be said. Don't put garlic up your pussy. Don't put bees up your pussy or get them to sting your pussy. Don't steam your pussy. Don't put what is it? The stuff. Don't put hydrogen peroxide liquid inside your pussy.
Don't put Jesus.
Your body makes hydrogen peroxide. You don't need to put it up there.
Don't put anything up there.
It makes it.
That vampires get attracted to blood or something?
Okay. Do not put anything.
The only thing you put in there: dick, diaphragm,
finger,
dildo, vibrator.
Sex toys.
The V ring or whatever.
Menstrual disc.
Yeah, there's the V ring or whatever, the antiseptic ring or whatever. There's a handful of other things like not antiseptic. Sorry, the hormone ring. Never mind. The UV.
I know you're talking about for the birth control. Yeah.
Yeah, the birth control UV ring, whatever. What's funny about that? The only reason I bring that up, and I keep remembering this because she hit me up. I was having sex with this girl. And that thing popped out on my cock, and I pulled it out, and I had this like rubbery ring around my cock, and I was like, "What is going on?"
Proposed.
Yeah,
exactly. A cock ring. Oh,
yeah. Well, that's what we thought was funny, and then what was even funnier is I was like, "So to let you know, I have a vasectomy, so you really don't got to worry about that. So let's use it as a cock ring."
And engaged.
You're weird.
And there we go. Okay, so let's keep blowing on. I hope you're watching this later. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and if you want, we can do that again. Anyways, let's keep blowing on.
It's time to break apart the myth and reveal the hard evidence and discover Atlantis.
Oh yeah, let's break apart the.
No.
Fuck's sake, no.
I'm not going to show the
my
hard
God.
evidence.
No, the hard what? Huh?
I'm not going to show the hard evidence because then you get demonetized again.
Yeah, that's for your OnlyFans. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, the thing about that is we can do the hard evidence in the Discord. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
But no, we don't have to really worry about demonetization like that anymore, because in order to get ad revenue, in order to have those ads, you have to have 1,000+ subscribers. They only changed the membership and super chat tier. So,
so technically not 100%.
They give you just a little bit of membership, but
that's
not
why that's why they sent me those weird copyright thingy things where I'm sharing or that or whatever. I get it now. Okay.
They changed it to where you have to have 1,000+ subscribers and all the watch hours to be able to have
6,000
ad revenue.
Ad
revenue. But you can have memberships and super chats at 500+ subscribers, as long as you don't have like any previous issues with YouTube. Because there's some people where, like, you know, they got a community guideline strike for this, that, or the other.
Mine is old as fuck. Mine is old as fuck. It's not current.
Yeah, they don't. It depends on the strike and how long and all that stuff.
Yeah, and mine was old as fuck. And
if you have a warning, that's different. You can't have any open ones, but they expire after a certain time. They give you the expiration date on it.
Yeah, I had like 60, 90 days, whatever.
Yeah, it's 90 days till they expire unless you.
So once again, folks, we are being like a newborn coming out of the vagina. This is very, very new to us, and we will, like our senses, eventually figure out exactly what we need to do after this. I don't know why I use that as an analogy.
The Atlantis thing, I have a feeling I know where they're going to go, and I think it was Socrates. I can't remember. It was one of the philosophers wrote about Atlantis and how there was a story.
Plato, right?
I think Plato. I'm not sure. It was how he talked to someone who talked to a person who knew of Atlantis, and how Atlantis was at war with another country, and Atlantis was this great military power, and then there was corruption and Atlantis fell. And basically it's an analogy for anger and greed. It's like, but it's not real.
Yeah, and especially because they said there was like technologies that like were out surpassed, blah blah blah. Even nowadays, and we have nothing that proof of that. And there's not moving anywhere. And
that's what they're going to do. Remember when they first started talking about they had technologies that surpassed us? We're talking about thousands of years ago, not now.
Right.
Yeah. So it was Egyptian priest told Solon, and Solon told Plato, and blah blah. Yeah, it's hearsay.
Somebody told somebody. So, yeah.
Which is hearsay, right? If you were in court, it'd be hearsay.
That story is becoming true, though. If you look on the other side of the ocean.
True.
What?
America.
We're saying America is Atlantis, and you're going to crumble because of your own greed.
Sure, but we're not technologically.
There have been civilizations that came and went on this planet for a long.
But yeah,
long
we're
time
totally
ago, so.
we're totally gonna sink under the ocean in the next hot second. I believe we've done a couple. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm not even gonna look into the numbers or think about the numbers right now about how long we've sunk.
Then it was Rome. No, well, Rome, Alexandria,
the Roman Empire,
then the British Empire.
Mm-hmm.
America's next.
But the main things for all of the oceans that are, lakes and large bodies of water that are drying up. That's the real major problem. But anyways, we'll talk about it later because I'm not going to remember 100% every place that we're talking about because I think it's like Lithuania and a couple other places where like all of their lakes are drying up. But again, let's keep blowing on with this because now they're revealed there's hard evidence of the discovery of Atlantis.
So what does the word itself mean, and where did it originate? It is named after the Greek Titan god Atlas, who holds up the world on his shoulders. Atlantis is the island of Atlas. According to Plato, Atlantis was a great land and sea power
Hold on. Let them say this for just a second, and then we'll stop it.
situated in front of the Pillars of Hercules.
So that's supposedly what it is.
This great power had existed 9,000 years before Plato. That's about 11,000 years ago. The Atlanteans had conquered much of Europe and Africa. However, when they attempted to invade Athens, the island sank into the ocean in a single day and night of misfortune. The very word Attila means an abode of serpents. It was or is a massive island, sacred to...
Wait.
So what's Atlanta then?
Citation needed?
Yeah.
Is that really what that means? I don't think so. Just can we... I'll go back again just to show the freaking words. Hold on.
The Atlanteans had conquered much of Europe and Africa. However, when they attempted to invade
Athens,
the island sank into the ocean in a single day and night of misfortune.
Because that makes sense.
That sounds
The
very
very word
anecdotal,
Attila.
doesn't it?
Yeah, and once again, yes, that did happen across the world. A tsunami happened. Sure, let's say tornado, the water version of it, and or an earthquake happened, and things did open up, and things did fall into other things, and
Or
they
a
did
volcano.
disappear. Sure, a volcano.
It makes sense that because of the way that Athens was situated at the time, that if something like a tsunami were to happen, and the fact that at the time the 24-hour day was not established, neither was the calendar as we know it, it could be interpreted as this entire event happened over the course of what they perceived as a day. So Athens sinking, Athens going down, like that makes sense to me because of how it was.
A 48-hour whatever or something else. It doesn't. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead. Will somebody look this up right quick while I use the loo?
As we speak.
Because I don't fucking believe that means a abundance of serpents. Because I believe in a boat.
know.
Oh, wait, hold on. Odin's house. Home. Sure. So
a brightly colored hair streak butterfly.
So speak amongst yourselves while I use the loo, and let me remember to turn off the camera before I do this.
A microphone.
Oh yeah, I gotta turn that off.
And can I say Harry Warp has it right? The great city of Atlanta from Futurama. The lost city of Atlanta from Futurama.
Oh yeah, that was good. I heard that Futurama is gonna bring out new episodes.
Oh, nice.
In Hinduism, it means one of the hands of the 7 lower worlds. Atala, the Pataka, hand twisted downwards. Atala, this is one of the 7 sections of Patala. The 7 sections are Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala.
Nutella? I thought that was
it's literally like it's a thing that's like the 7 level, like the 7 levels of hell, but in Hinduism, basically. It's not in the language he's saying it is. It means that
it means its meaning comes from island of Atlas, right? Is that what you said?
He's saying it means. He said it meant abode of serpents.
Right, but he was taking the
serpents.
Atla part of it, just the Atla part, not Atlantis itself.
No, the very word Atala, which is what I looked up. Atala.
Right.
It's literally on the screen.
Yeah, no, but like that's the stupid thing. Like first they say like, oh, it's named after Atlas, and then it's like, oh yeah,
Okay.
Hold on. Just like they always do, like flat earthers, they fucking take words out of context. They do not use them the right way. They use the dictionary version. What they say is the fucking. So we know they're getting it wrong. Go really quick.
I was going to say, so it's entirely possible that the captions and the transcript actually
Could be
got
different.
it wrong because
it could be different.
he does pronounce it very specifically Attila, not Attila.
Right.
There could be missing letters or whatever in it.
So it looks like Harry Warp. I think
he got what I did with the Greek name. That's how it looks in Greek.
Yeah. So I think
But
that's
that's still
what
not an
they
abode of serpents.
No, I totally
Because
understand.
No, it's not.
Again,
the person in the video got it wrong.
Yeah, the
But just like I
closest
said,
the closest is Attila, which is one of the 7 circles, effectively one of the 7 circles of hell in Hinduism, which does refer to serpents, but it's not connected to what he says it is.
No,
or in the
because
way
he's taking
phrased
part of it. If you took like I'm on etymology or etymology online or etym online, so I go to and I do word origins. Atlantis is its own separate word. It's not part and parcel of different derivatives like he's trying to make it out to be. Yeah.
So again, we're being misled, and once what they do is they think people aren't going to do their research and they aren't going to actually look this up. And even if we didn't see the closed captioning, how the fuck would I know how to spell that to actually look it up? Ataullha in an Arabic form. I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? My brain wouldn't be able to do that. And so what they're doing is they're just trying to confuse you by, like I said, they're water hosing us with facts to make it so that we're like, how can I prove that? I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you, Harry Warp. Yeah, a Hindu term. Again, like I said,
correct.
Hinduism talks about it as one of like the versions of hell.
But it's not the abode of serpents, which in this case means that. But anyways, really quick.
It sort of does, but it's a circle of hell, not a place on earth.
Yeah, and then again, they're misrepresenting.
You know what it's like.
Yeah, they're misrepresenting this, and again, they don't expect anybody to do the research like our dumbasses did. Anyways, go ahead, Tiny, right quick, and then we'll keep blowing on.
I used to have a dog named Attila, but it was after Attila the Hun.
Oh, so. Attila.
Yeah, Attila. See,
cool.
I keep hearing Nutella, and that just reminds me of that buttery spread, and it just makes me hungry. Anyways, let's just keep.
And that makes you picture Chili standing in front of his door with it on his hand.
No, that does not make me believe and remind of that, because that is horrible.
I mean, my mind goes there, and I'm like,
watching him be like, it's on my hand, the little like bitchy.
It was on the doorknob. It's like the doorknob's missing, but there's stuff inside the door for him to look at.
And the way it was on his hand was like, go ahead.
Dripping off his hand.
So it isn't quite. How did they link Hinduism to Atlantis? They are specifically linking it to Athens. They brought up Athens and how Athens fell.
And that's why
Athens, not Atlantis.
Yeah, and they're connecting Atla with Athens, which there's not really.
And they're Atla, not a
What they're doing is they're shoving crap together that sounds just like what I said the fucking flat earthers do. They take a phrase or a word, and they're like, oh, in the dictionary it says this, and it's like, no, it's a scientific version is what we're talking about.
Here's the thing, though. Hinduism is actually more connected to Athens than what people think. So the city of Athens itself is actually named after a goddess, much in the same way that Hinduism names various things after gods and goddesses. So the goddess is Athena Parthenos. That is who Athens is named after. And in Hinduism, you typically name cities after your gods and goddesses that you worship. There's way more connections than people.
Because what you would do is you would put up a throne, whatever, for that deity, right? And so that would be the name of the deity, because the church in that town was the Shiva temple, right?
And so now, Athena Parthenos is it means virgin goddess, and there is a name for the virgin goddess in Hinduism. I cannot pronounce it. It starts with a K. But
and I don't believe there.
There's only one virgin goddess in mythology, and that was Hestia, who was the only one granted permission to not marry or have sex by Zeus.
There's one, because Athena Parthenos, it means virgin goddess, but in Hinduism, the name is Kanya Kumari. I think is how you pronounce it. Kanyakakumari. Kanya Kumari. And it means virgin goddess. It means the exact same thing. They are
yeah. So right quick. Before I start this, I don't believe in any virgin goddesses anymore in the 2023s. That's not a thing. So unless you prove me wrong with a 8K video of your vagina having your hymen in there,
and
then
for any,
we'll talk about it later.
Cult out there that's talking that thinks you have to sacrifice a virgin, good luck.
Yeah, exactly. There's no virgins
all right,
anymore.
Just build an incel message board.
Oh crap! We can find femcells. I guess that's very true, because there's pearly things. I think pearly things has never had sex. I still think that, because the way that she talks and a couple other of the femcells. But you're right. It's very, very hard to find a virgin nowadays. But we'll talk about that in a second. I'm gonna go get more ice while we play a little bit more of this, and we'll go over the idiocracy of this, because once again, I think they do what all the conspiracy theorists do. They find words that are connected to some other things. They put them together. They mash them together. They think that they know that there's a thing with a thing to make a thing.
They sound the same, so they must mean the same. It doesn't mean that one has a Latin background and one has a Greek background. That it means the same thing. Oh, it has a Germanic background. No, same thing.
Yeah, but remember, hold on. Before Mama goes, remember, there's the beginning of a word, the middle of a word, and the end of a word. So there's a prefix, a suffix, and the blah blah blah. So just because something has a prefix or around one of those things does not mean it means exactly that. A thing can mean before, after, middle, or a thing can mean this. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna keep playing this, and then we'll go. But Mama, go ahead.
I looked up Atlanta, and one of the little things from the bump about baby names said it comes from the Greek name Atalanta, like it is there, but with a and with NTA on the end.
Okay.
From Greek. So they could be mixing up words in this and just throwing shit and see what sticks.
Also, those baby name things are like really not good to go by.
Well, of course not. But what we're trying to But what we're trying to do,
honestly, it actually depends who's writing the article, because some people genuinely do good research. Other people misspell the word the.
Yeah, and I couldn't even find on etymology online. It wasn't coming up.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know.
Yeah. So let's keep blowing on, because there's way more idiocracy that we're going to get into, and I actually think we may have gone a lot farther than the poll so far.
We may have.
The poll.
So we started at what, 12?
We're almost at 10 minutes.
Ooh. Okay.
And also, just want to say one thing: like,
12:42
we are expected to believe that Atlantis took over half the known world, right?
And then disappeared,
and then they went and tackled Athens.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden were gone. When arguably
they were gone.
At that era in time,
And for some
Asian
reason,
countries actually already had access to way better weaponry than we did.
and then really quick, for some reason they ruled half of the world, but their technology died with them for no reason when they disappeared. They didn't share any of that technology with anybody.
And we can't find it either.
Can't find it either.
Well,
You know,
And, none of those people married out of Atlantis. They all were just cousin fuckers, apparently.
See what they
Oh
told
no,
me.
no, they're not talking about Atlantis. They're talking about Alabama. Now I get it.
Oh, there we go. It's Alabama that they all thought was going on because they're all sister fuckers, and we'll talk about that later.
Thank you, Harry.
Anyways, let's keep blowing on.
Sorry, guys.
Means an abode of serpents. It was or is a massive island, sacred to the gods, and sits within Atlantis, somewhere between Europe and America. Proclus believed Atlantis to be real. So too did the historians and philosophers Strabo and Posidonius. A few decades after Plato, another writer by the name of Theopompus spoke of a land called Meropis. Here a race of men grew twice the size of normal men and inhabited two cities known as Eusebis and Makimos, the pious town and the fighting town. Most scholars believe that Theopompus was in fact imitating or copying Plato, and thus much of the detail and lore has merged with the mythology of Atlantis over time. The next actual written work about Atlantis comes from the historian Phileo in the 1st century AD. He claims that the successor of Aristotle, a man named Theophrastus, said, "And the island of Atlantis, which was greater than Africa and Asia, as Plato says in the Timaeus, in one day and night was overwhelmed beneath the sea in consequence of an..."
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Right. The size of Africa and Asia, and it was gone within a day? After a day?
No, greater than Africa and Asia, not bigger.
Okay, greater than.
Yeah, as in like more powerful. Remember, at the time.
They're not going with landmass. They're
Exactly
going with
century-wise.
okay.
I mean,
there
was the richest man in the world who was from Africa. Like the kingdoms in Africa back then were extremely wealthy. They weren't the way that they seem now. They had a massive amount of gold. Like
That's
they were trading.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Fucking translation fucking is very specific. And once again, the other thing that people forget is slang words that were used. Like supposedly, if you were to go to the 1600s in America, well, not in America, but in the Europes or other places, you wouldn't be able to speak to anybody because they would say things and you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then you would say fuck and they'd go, what is that word? You know what I'm saying? Like there'd not be enough references together and everybody has so many slang ways they talk. Unless even in high society comparatively to the streets, in every culture, you have a different way that everybody speaks. So once again, the translations can be very, very muddled or muddy because like, what are we talking about? The actual version of time or the apparent time because we're talking about some place, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it accurate or not? You know, like, or is this, God, what's the way to put it? Is it a rhyme or is it you're actually talking about real stuff, right?
Right.
In 1392, he sailed the ocean blue. Like
the Columbus rhyme.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's a whole thing. Go ahead, Tiny. Hold on. Go ahead, Tiny.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yes.
English is not the only language in the world.
Right.
No, exactly.
Exactly.
But unfortunately for my punk ass, because I'm illiterate or basically, anyways, it's easier for me
monolingual.
to.
You're monolingual.
Well,
okay.
I know enough Spanish to get in trouble in Mexico. Let's put it that way.
They're true.
I know enough to get around and like, but you're right. I'm not fluent in
You only speak the one
multiple,
language. Yeah.
Technically, but anyways, so that's why I'm using those as references. But again, any culture does the same thing. Every 20 years, right? You'll have a new kind of slang words that you're going to use. The younger culture is going to come up with a new way to say things in the new dress code, or what's the things for the new thing.
Yeah, especially back then with the adaptation of different influxes of people coming over and immigrating to different countries, refugees, things like that. So like language propelled a lot. So it's still happening now. Like now we've got the influx of language from drag queens or the LGBT
we now have an
common vernacular like slay, yas, ussy, ussification, all this stuff.
And then look at like the Twitch culture, all these the Pepe Frog, all these weird things now are now in the zeitgeist. Like we all have to pay attention to, or like kind of follow or understand to some extent, like not, but yeah, just words and the way they're structured can be translated very, very wrong. Just like if I was to try to speak in Russian, my context would be completely wrong, right?
Right.
I can try to understand how to speak all the words, but I'm not going to put the structure of the sentence correctly. Just like in Spanish, you say the adjective first and then the noun or something like that. I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong, but when I speak in Spanish, a lot of times they're like, flip that around. You know what I'm saying? They're like,
yeah,
you didn't say that exactly right. You sound like you know what I'm saying? So the word structure changes when you go from one language to another. So anyways, before I look dumber telling you how I'm an idiot at languages, let's just keep going further.
I want to quickly do my point.
Sure, of course.
So they've used the Plato bullshit, right?
Yeah.
About the thing that Plato said, which actually was him just like talking with someone. It wasn't like he wrote this down seriously. Someone was recounting a story Plato told them at the fucking bar.
Yeah, they were at a pub doing bar talk. You know how many times
Plato fucking said that he's saying it's between Europe and America. Plato said that this place was off the coast of Athens.
Right.
Not off the coast of fucking Europe near America. Off the coast doesn't mean thousands of miles away.
Yeah, and
off the coast means off the fucking coast.
See, Vila, that struck me too. I'm like, if they're off supposedly between America and Europe, why are they going after Athens?
And okay, yeah,
you know what I mean?
So really quickly, everybody say hello to D.
Hey, D.
Welcome.
Hello.
The other thing is, when you are at a bar and you're doing bar talk, you're doing saloon talk while you're drinking a pint and a shot, the fish seems to get a lot bigger, right?
Yes.
You caught a 12-inch, but at the bar, your homie is like, bro, I caught a fucking 14-inch. You're like, dude, I caught a 21-inch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's one
eventually, because a dick pissing contest. To some extent.
Right.
So, go ahead, Heine.
Also, the city of Athens is actually not connecting to the sea. It's the city of Piraeus that is the harbor city of Athens, the major city.
So, once again, if it said off the coast or near, that meant another thingy-mabobber in its own at that point. Anyway,
such a big term, huh?
Yeah. It's... Yeah.
I get it.
It's like California sober. means you do all the other drugs, you just don't drink anymore. You know, it's just the stupidity of like the classification of whatever is your version of how
California stop. You kind of stop, but you roll through the stop sign. That's
you
like
technically
stop.
keep rolling, especially if you don't see nobody on your sides. You just keep rolling through it. I mean, you slow down, you press the brake for a second, and then but again, it's
check and see if it's coming.
Yeah, and then once again, if you have drinking the alcohols and the marijuanas and the opium and smoke the opium, not drink the opiums, but smoke the opiums, you know, and you are not eating good food, right? Your calorie intake is not proper, and you're getting drunk, and somebody tells you a story. How much are you going to recall that actually? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
If you weren't just writing it down right then, what they were saying, you wake up in the morning and you're like, didn't that motherfucker told me that like 20 miles off the fucking beach is some fucking Atlantis bullshit that said something about a something and something? You know what? That's a good story. I should write that down and make money off of fucking putting that into a fucking book, right? That's how the world works.
No, it works differently. I have to tell somebody that's gonna tell somebody, gonna tell somebody that's gonna tell somebody who knows how to write, so he can write it down.
See,
it becomes a name. It becomes a game telephone. It changes with each telling.
Exactly, and then and totally tiny, and that's kind of what I was saying about like being at the bar. Anyways, you know, your fish is going to get bigger in the story, or something's going to get exaggerated, or something's going to get changed, and it's not going to be told right because the second person is going to not translate it right or write it down, or it gets to the third person or the fifth person, or you have a whole table of people that heard it. And then they go out to the bar the next night, right? And then homie's like, hey, what did homies tell us yesterday? And then somebody else fucking says it. And so, then it becomes a game of telephone where it's just get embellished and other things get made up and yakety schmackety, been there, done that. That's why supposedly I have a huge cock. It's not real. It's fake. It's just like somehow I got people to believe that, and now it's just a thing. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought that cockerel looked a bit CGI.
It's this big thing, Slim. You got to make it. It's this big thing now.
It's a totally. It's conspiracy thing.
It's become larger than life.
Yeah, exactly. It's CGI. You know why? Because it has to be. It has to be. Okay, anyways, let's keep going on with this.
An extraordinary earthquake, an inundation, and suddenly disappeared, becoming sea, not indeed navigable, but full of gulfs and eddies.
Okay.
It is interesting that Atlantis was also being compared with the Great Flood from the Bible, a sudden destruction of populations.
But that doesn't make any sense, does it, Tiny? If it was something sinking, why would there be gulfs and eddies?
Yeah.
Around it if it was sinking. What? Am I not?
Maybe as it was sinking, but once it sunk, no.
And even if it was, why would there be gulfs and eddies around it? Because that's not what those would be.
Oh, that's
at
true.
That
Be on
point,
top
right?
of it. Yeah, as it's sinking. Yeah.
Have those around it if it was pulling in water. Or
it sounds more dramatic, I guess, right?
Yeah. Well, see, this is one of the other things that we've come to find out when people are getting interviewed for murders, and they're the murderer. They add way too much detail.
Yeah, too much detail. Exactly.
Yeah, they're like, so then my mom called me and then she farted and blah, blah, blah. Like, oh. Okay, anyways, Tiny, go ahead.
Well, if something big sinks, it's if you are close to it, you're going to be sucked with it. That's
right.
True, yeah. Because it's actually a change of volume. And it creates a suction moment. But...
would it be have
things that must PC Tony can answer. There must be some plate eruption or volcanic eruption underneath that actually makes the earth collapse, and it wouldn't be a city that sinks, but a city that will collapse.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. Okay. Yeah. And then once again, I don't know why they're saying next to it there were eddies and other things, because those are small pockets of water and other things, if I remember properly. But again, I think they're just adding more information in here to make it seem more credible by saying,
it doesn't
blah.
make sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right?
Because okay, let's say it's right. Now this massive island that is big enough to sustain a large populace,
Yeah,
that it can produce an army capable of conquering most of Europe and Asia, like they said, right?
Yeah.
Then it has to be a large plot of land, right?
Yeah, totally. It can't be like an island.
Have enough room to sustain it all this shit, blah blah blah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Then it has to be close enough to make fighting and fighting and going to war and conquering these places necessary, but that also means that they would all be in a they wouldn't have an environment that's good for sustaining life there either, because there's no resources, hence why they're going to conquer land elsewhere to have resources, right? So it has to be close enough to transport people, military power, and to ship resources back and forth, right? And we are meant to believe that
also
a body of water, a cataclysmic event that was big enough to completely destroy this island and all traces of it, yet destroy none of the other islands affected, to the point where nothing was written about this cataclysmic event.
Again, well, that's exactly why.
How does that work? If it's something that can destroy an island that big, that it has enough population to take over half of fucking Europe and Asia.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah. So really quick, Tiny, go for it, and then we'll keep blowing on.
If it's only was an island that sunk due to volcanic eruption, yes, but what they tell about the history that it conquered half the world and everything, no, that's not possible.
Yeah, no, again,
it does actually let mass things into a volcano, you can't find anything anymore. It turns into lava.
Yeah, sure. Okay. It's it totally, that makes sense for sure. But anyways, let's keep blowing on, because this is just idiocracy and none of this.
A volcano that big an eruption like Krakatoa, it blocked out ash clouds, blocked out the sun.
Yeah.
As far as thousands of miles away. The bang from Krakatoa was heard in London.
Yeah.
And again, nothing written about this. We're talking about populations that are meticulous for data keeping, and none of them have mentioned anything.
Yeah. Okay. So let's keep.
That's actually what I said as well, Vila. If it's a small scale, yes. If it's big, no.
Yeah. So, but
no, that's what I mean. I'm agreeing with you with what the. It makes no sense, and it hurts my head, and I can't understand why. Sorry, I'm fixating.
Yeah.
And there may have been an island of people who knew how to use instruments way better than other people, and they were like, "Oh, we don't want to learn your bullshit." But that doesn't seem very likely. So, anyways, let's keep blowing on with this.
Well, I mean, there have been things like that all the time.
No, of course, and that's what we're dealing with in America right now. That's what we're dealing with right now. But anyways,
one area managed to do this shit, one area managed to do that shit. There's always been one place that innovated something first. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but the rest of the world not learning it is kind of weird when they say this. You know, like they say there's this advanced technology that it didn't go through the rest of the, and they took over half the world, but they couldn't like share their fucking stuff with.
And especially again, if they took over the world, that means dead bodies. That means fucking burials. That means objects that have been dropped or lost or left behind or like stolen by other people. How is there no trace of it anywhere?
And or just everybody would speak the same fucking language. Why would there be a different language? Is it everywhere? If somebody did take over half of the world, right? You know what I'm saying? They would just everybody be speaking like mostly one language. And yes, we are now, but that's only in modern times. We're not talking about right now. We're talking about when they say this is bullshit. It was supposed to happen. Anyways, keep blowing on.
And only remembered now as legend. Scientific evidence does indeed show floods around the globe at various intervals, and some
various intervals that never happened all at once. I'm glad they said that.
Yes, regions flooded. The whole world never did.
Everybody and their moms had floods throughout times, but it was not a huge global thing. And imagine people trying to fucking explain the fucking flood on the flat earth. That's hilarious.
I know
that. Anyways, blow on.
Some have compared the tsunamis caused by the eruption of Santorini to the biblical flood.
So a volcano,
in truth,
like
it may be that other cultures wrote of this massive destruction of an entire civilization, but with different names and perspectives. The writer,
Dick.
Ignatius Donnelly, tried to prove
we got a bunch
that
of
all
pussy on our
known
screens
civilizations
now.
were descended from Atlantis.
Demonetized.
Drew parallels between the creation stories of various cultures and stated that the true Garden of Eden was...
Once again, this is exactly...
Trying to it's a contest who has the biggest pussy, I think.
Oh, that's very difficult. That's very difficult.
I'm the biggest pussy.
There's huge. Well, actually, there's 4 huge pussies on screen. I guess it would be Mama's kitty cat, Tiny's kitty cat, Brainless, and me. And if Vila would put herself on screen, then
I just have a big pussy. Thank you very much.
Hey. Thank you. I wasn't going to say.
Along with her big fictional dick.
I have never tested it.
Well,
so
I need to have a big pussy to put my big fictional dick somewhere.
That's true. That's true.
There, you gotta tuck
I mean, I'm not going to have a tiny pussy with that thing lying around, am I?
Exactly, totally. So anyway, so let's blow on.
Also, hi, Chris.
In Atlantis. There are a number of modern claims that we must explore, such as the idea that Atlantis had something to do with ancient aliens.
Oh my God, ancient aliens! Of course.
Here we go, ancient aliens.
From Atlantis to Valhalla, the real journey starts now.
Oh my gosh!
It's aliens, but it's aliens.
Oh my God! Okay.
Oh wait.
Okay, you know what that means, everybody, right?
Oh Lord!
That's the end. That's the end for today.
That's where we stop this. Yep.
Stairs, evolution. Aliens.
Now we're getting to aliens.
We're picking this back up from here.
Just over 10 minutes.
Okay, just over 10 minutes is
again 12 minutes. About 12 minutes.
Maybe it's time to forget everything we have been told.
Okay, so end poll.
So Mandela effect, right?
Yeah.
Someone has said drink.
Jesus Christ. Are we doing drinks? Are we drinking? Okay.
Oh no, Harry.
That works. That works for me for
I
sure.
have water. That's what I have to do. We made it 12 minutes through, Harry says.
Yeah, because
over 10 minutes.
Because if we get into this, it's going to be like so much longer. But I think this is a good beginning for the next one.
Yeah.
Even though
now we're going to get into aliens.
Yeah. Although I think the next one is going to be about another movie. We're going over another film about something. The aliens about something. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. So, anyways, cheers, bro. Salute, Solange, before we start getting into this. So there we go.
Well, there's
bad vodka.
One good thing, Slim.
Bad vodka, yeah.
Bad vodka.
Yes.
The way you're analyzing these videos, you're actually never gonna run out of content.
That's true. That's right.
Exactly. And that's
Yeah,
part of
one film is content for a year.
Yep. Yep.
We have
Gotta
at least
piece it
3
out.
more
Gotta
for
piece it
this,
out.
and-
You know. Gotta
Yeah.
keep that flow going.
But have you noticed that we've never? Do you think we've ever finished a video? Have we ever finished?
I don't think
debunking
so.
a film. I don't think so either.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, one time.
Have we?
It had to be
Was
a
it
short
next?
one.
Was
Yeah.
it next level? Was it next level?
There was one actually stream that was only was even less than an hour. I was struggling with my camera, and you went through the video like, yeah, really,
Hey,
really quick
Ziggy.
because you had something
Hey,
else to
Ziggy.
do, and yeah, when I had
Yeah.
my
Okay,
camera
well-
fixed, it was actually just in time to say goodbye.
I think that was like a 30-minute video, though. I don't think that was a full film that we.
Yeah, it was a short one. Yeah, it wasn't very big.
Yeah, I don't think it was
very long.
because.
Yeah.
It was a while ago, but
yeah,
one very, very short, very quickly.
So one of the next thingy-mabobbers we're going to be doing is another film to give this a break for a second. Tomorrow we're doing a new stream we've never done before, and it is called Flat Earth Dunces.
Okay.
And so we're just gonna like load a bunch of videos of flat earthers talking out their arse, and we're just gonna play them and just laugh at them.
Flat earthers always talk out their arses. Come on.
Of course, and
yeah, you can just
the
put on
reason
any stream or any collection of any flat earther, and
it's always a bunch of so start with Flatsoid to we'll see. I don't know. I have a playlist that I have.
Oh my god. If any of you have seen MC2 Flatsoid debating Leslie Rohrer on MC2's channel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
We're gonna pretty much go through all of them. Yeah, no,
Christ.
CC getting yelled at by his wife. We're totally going over stuff like
You
that.
need to see a psychiatrist. I did. He kicked me out.
Yeah,
that-
but Leslie did still did fairly well.
Yeah.
You know what,
did.
CC and his wife. To me, that's like Chili getting sent to his room.
Chelito, go to your room,
Chelito,
Chelito.
go to your room. Yeah. No, definitely for sure.
And you can just hear him in his head. If he didn't say it, but mom.
Jeebus Christ.
That was so fucking funny.
Everybody, before we get done here, thank you very much for being here. We have 2 new people, and I wish you could have found us a little bit earlier in the stream so you could have joined us. But again, if you go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell notification.
Hit all in the bell notification. You should
hit all on that, and then
become a member.
tomorrow,
Yeah, become a member.
and then
And
if you-
become
yeah,
a member. You can also say that now.
Yep.
Exactly, Emily, and that's what I was going to get at. Thanks for jumping the gun, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so we have that membership and a couple
Better than
other
shooting
things
it. Okay,
you can-
God.
you can, do. You can also go and accept a membership from other people because we maybe have people giving those out, which we had earlier.
Yes. Make sure your gifts
which-
are allowed on this channel.
which means that you get emojis that you can share, and we'll have more of them soon. So if you would like to go see my deconversion story over at Neil's channel, please go there. Mango also did hers as well, and a couple other people. So go over there and go check out those thingy-mabobbers. If you want to show us some love, go ahead and watch all of our streams back. And if you don't even want to hear our dumbasses talk, you can literally just press mute and you can just click.
Just let it run.
Yeah, and just let it run so that we can get more view hours because we're almost there for whoever. We still need 1,000 to get to the right things. But right now we have memberships and we have super chats. That's what we're at. And I can sell my merch on the stuff. So I'll have those up very soon. So anyways.
And if you just want to give Slim some watch time, just start that playlist. Got a couple of his,
if you want and just let it go.
Yeah,
got 20 of his live streams in there, so you'll be good for a couple of hours.
Yeah, and I also do have a playlist on my own channel for Red Dead Redemption, GTA. They're kind of old, and I haven't completely updated them, but I do have some playlists on my channel as well that are all my stuff. So you can go check that out as well if you want to see our gameplay, us being stupid and playing games and other things. And there's a big puppy dog. So and please go give Tiny some love. Everybody, go give all the people in the description some love, which is the stream pervs. Like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. So give everybody some love, subscribe and like and comment and all that stuff on the thingy-mabobbers, because the more interaction that we get, the more
subscribe to mine before Wednesday. Ready for my show.
Yep,
you know
that's right.
Yes, exactly.
Hear some weird shit stories and things and stuff.
Yeah, some weird, scary, freaky, spooky, kinky, dark stories. There we go.
I mean, last time there was a story where I talked about a witch having sex with a demon and getting pregnant by it, and talking about like a lot of kinky, sexy stuff. I'm surprised that that didn't get strucken.
Yeah. So I may be
smiled upon me.
Yeah, and in the future, I may be doing another Slim DJ night where I play all my music, where I have albums out, and then I have music videos and a bunch of things. So we may be doing another thing like that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to dig into the analytics of my channel and see what you fuckers like more. And we're going to just do things of likings of the mores of whatever gets more clicks, views, and interactions. So we're gonna go with that, and that's why, again, Flat Earth seems to make us more views. So that's why we're going with more Flat Earth bullshit, and we're doing more AI generated stuff because you all seem to like that stuff more. So we're gonna go with that. So everybody say thank you very much and good night, and we're gonna get the fuck out of here. Then
good night.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
We're gonna try it this way, and we're just gonna fucking end and not do an outro. So everybody say fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
Fuck you.